Welcome to the 27th episode of Downtime Podcast with Jeremy and Alyssa. For this week's episode, we are combining two recordings in one. Both of these were done around the time of Halloween and we're done with Coworkers. So this episode is appropriately called the Halloween Coworker Special 2-in-1. This first recording is done straight from Jeremy's apartment with friend of the podcast Donovan and brother of the podcast Jordan.
We are live at Jeremy's house.
I mean, it's not technically live. You'll get it another day, but for us, it's live.
You will get this 1 week later, and we are currently at Jeremy's house right now.
Yeah, all of us are drinking beers, just chilling.
Yeah, just having a good time.
When you set it down, don't set it down too hard, because then I can pick it up in the mic.
I don't.
It's sensitive equipment. Unless you want to edit it out later, it's gonna be a pain.
I think the podcasters will be okay with it.
Okay. Well, if you're curious, we're drinking 805 Firestone Walkers. Tonight, we have a very special guest, friend of the show, friend of our lives.
Friend of a real friend.
Real friend.
How many of us?
Donovan
Not many
Lemon.
of us.
TV's Donovan Lemon. Hello, Donovan. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Yeah, it's crazy because the previous podcasts, you're just sitting in the room, like literally sitting in the room.
Yeah, you can hear you in the background.
At work.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
Yeah.
So.
Oh.
And another special appearance.
And looks like brother of the podcast just walked in. Jordan. Hey, Jordan.
I don't know if the mic can pick me up.
Yeah, I can hear you. You're gonna sit next to Donovan. Okay. Yeah, he just walked in. Literally, perfect timing. We just started, actually.
You can join us too, Jordan. Some beer.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
See, I told you he was gonna put his stuff down before he came.
Okay.
Yeah. So, today we don't really have a specific topic.
This is very impromptu. We just got Korean barbecue together and we don't know what we're doing. So
if you're ever in the city, go to Beck in Japantown. It's a great KBBQ spot. Top notch.
I know.
The best.
Probably the best in the city.
In the city.
Yeah, probably the best in the city.
Yeah, it's some good shit.
Yeah,
and they played some wonderful Korean music there too.
Yeah, if you're a fan of K-pop, definitely check it out.
Definitely.
But yeah, so Donovan, I just wanted to ask you like what your history with video games is because Alyssa and I have talked extensively about it, and we're always hanging out with you, and you always talk about how you like PlayStation. You even have a PlayStation VR shirt. So tell us our listeners a little bit about yourself and games you played growing up and the systems you played growing up.
I basically played the original Nintendo, Sega. I used to like that.
Which Sega?
Sega Genesis.
Nice.
Like was it like those? I can't think about they had was it Mortal Kombat or something like that?
Yeah, it was on the Genesis.
That was the game.
I love Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
the original ones, yeah. So.
Wow.
And then the Game Boy, the Pokemon.
Wait, you played Yellow?
Blue. I had yellow one. I had the yellow one though.
Yeah, I had yellow too.
Yeah.
Oh, but I also had blue.
I feel like
I had blue too.
So I feel like when it comes to Pokemon, Yellow of the very first Kanto generation, Yellow seems to be the overwhelming favorite.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
It was good though. I liked the yellow.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Hey everyone.
Yep. Do you want a beer?
I'm not really a beer drinker.
Oh, okay.
But
I knew I should have
try this one. Try it.
I knew I should have gotten the wine.
I should have gotten the root beer, but they didn't have any.
We could have gotten.
How does that taste? Good.
not bad.
We could
Do
have.
you want one?
Yeah, I'll try one.
Ooh.
We could have gotten the not your mom's strawberry rhubarb pie.
I don't know what that
but
is.
I was scared to be honest.
Yeah, because if I didn't like it, then Jordan probably wouldn't have liked it, so it didn't really matter.
I know.
Yeah.
Here you go.
All right, cheers. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Oh no. If you heard that, I'm so sorry.
Cheers.
Cheers. Before you go on, Alyssa, maybe you want to talk about what you have been playing recently?
Okay. And I actually can talk about it.
Okay.
So, the only game that I'm playing right now is South Park's The Fractured But Whole, which, if you said it fast, is The Fractured Butthole.
Mm-hmm.
And if you played The Stick of Truth, this is the sequel. It's really fun. If you're a fan of South Park, you're going to like this game a lot. The battle system is a lot more different. It's based off of a grid. So it's more strategy. Like, I don't really know what to call it, but it's one of those things where you have to find your place on the grid, and then you can choose multiple attacks, but it only hits a certain range. And so that's what the battle system is like. It plays exactly like a South Park episode, so it's not like there's elements that are in 3D or anything. Everything's in 2D, a typical cartoon. It's definitely a lot more political than the Stick of Truth for sure, and they definitely did that on purpose because of everything that's happening in the United States right now. Like, for example, the thing that like really shocked me in the first 10 minutes of playing was I'm customizing my character, and you can customize your character to like whatever hair you want or whatever. And then there's this part of the game where you have to choose your character's skin tone. And the way that the meter goes with the skin tone is if you choose a light-skinned person, it actually says like less difficulty or like easy. But if you choose I know, but if you choose a darker person, it says more difficult or hard. Yeah. As like a social commentary to what's going on in the United States right now. But that being said, I think that it's done as like just an initial shock factor joke, but it's not actually what controls your difficulty, because then 20 minutes later when you're learning the battle system, it actually tells you what difficulty you want to choose. But it's like those types of typical jokes that Trey Parker and Matt Stone do. If you're not really into that stuff, then of course this game is not for you. Like this is this is one of those games like that's definitely going to be offensive, and it's not going to cater to everyone, of course.
It's basically made for South Park fans.
Yes, it's made for South Park fans. And a lot of like things are kind of weird right now in the political space and even like the game space, because if you guys know that story about Wolfenstein 2 and how they made their marketing around like Trump's slogan.
Oh yeah.
And just like it's just causing a lot of drama right now. And I haven't played much into the storyline. I will say that it is really funny. I understand though why people would choose not to play this game, and I get it. So I'm not I'm not forcing anyone to play the game.
It's like the same reason why people don't want to watch South Park too.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
It's because of like the stuff they put in the show. It's the same thing they're going to put in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know what you're getting when you buy the game or when you watch the show.
Yeah, definitely. And I understand if people don't want to play it.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you. Like, I do want to play it. I want to play the Stick of Truth first.
The Stick of Truth is definitely the least offensive one, because that one just comes. So the Stick of Truth is more. So from what I'm noticing right now, the Stick of Truth is really just a nod to South Park's best jokes. So like a lot of Randy Marsh stuff, and like hell, and like a lot of their jokes about hell and like whatever. But it's definitely less, like, I'd say this is definitely going to be more controversial, the fractured butthole, but the Stick of Truth is more like, so I'd say the Stick of Truth is more season 5 through 11 of South Park. Oh, okay. And so like if people can understand that context, like that's the context where things were more like related to like pop culture and like kind of nods to like what's happening in like music or movies versus what's happening to like people or famous people. Yeah, so.
But you like it?
Yeah, I do like it so far. I think I've played like 3 hours of it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really fun. There's a lot. I didn't realize there's actually a lot of people you can interact with. There's a lot of like you can interact with a lot of the characters on the show. Like for example, I'm helping Randy Marsh right now, trying to see who keyed his car. and
I thought this was America.
I know. I thought it was America. And then there's this. So the superhero that you create for Coon and Friends, you have to build your social network. So you have to go around town taking selfies with people and like to build your following as a superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got you.
Yeah. I haven't been able to name my superhero though. I already forgot the class, but the class that has like fire capabilities. I don't remember what name it is anymore, but I chose that one. There's 3 you can choose from.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jordan, what are you playing?
So, other than the games that I mentioned, I think last podcast. So, have you guys heard of Doki Doki Literature Club?
Yes.
No, I haven't.
I just want to
hold on. Let me. I gotta show.
I want to talk about this game.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
It's not a game. It's an experience.
You have to tell me because I don't know what that is. I
so
really
I'm
don't
explain
know.
it to you guys and to you listeners. Okay.
Is that a visual novel?
Yeah. Okay. It's a dating. Okay.
Oh wow.
It's
It
a dating sim.
appears to be a dating sim.
Okay.
So I'll tell you the story of how I got wrapped
Sure.
up in this thing. Okay. So I went on to Steam like a couple days ago, and I was like, oh, my friend is playing Doki Doki Literature Club, and I was like, that's weird. And then another friend comes online and starts playing Doki Doki Literature Club. And I'm like, what is this game? Like, these are people that normally wouldn't play a dating sim. So I'm like, okay. And so I messaged my friend. I'm like, hey, what is this game that you're playing? And he's like, dude, you gotta check this out. It's insane. And I'm like, okay. And I look at the page. And you see, like, these cutesy anime girls.
Yeah.
And, like, the advertisement is basically like, oh, it's a dating sim.
Yeah.
It's, like, stereotypical dating sim. And it says, like, the description something along the lines of, oh, you join a literature club in high school, and it's filled with cute girls, blah, blah, blah. And then it's, like, this big description, very basic. At the end, it says, this game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, okay.
That's yep.
Yeah, and then I
Closer to the mic. There you go.
I didn't know where this is going.
yeah, and then I went down to read the reviews, and it was like, no one spoils anything in the top reviews, but it's all stuff like, I just found out that I'm easily disturbed, or people are like very cryptic. People are leaving these really cryptic notes, and you're like, something else is going on with this game. And then you look at the tags, and it's like dating sim, blah blah, and then psychological horror. And I was like,
oh my god.
Okay. So I don't want to spoil too much, but so basically this is how it plays out. So there are 4 acts to the game. And the first act is very run-of-the-mill, stereotypical dating sim, and it might take you a while if you plan on playing. It's free. The game is free to play.
Oh wow. Okay.
So if you want to check it out, feel free to. I don't play dating sims. Most of my friends do not.
You don't seem like I've never seen you play dating sim.
Exactly. So, but I wanted to check it out because my friend was like, "Dude, you have to play this. It's crazy." And I'm like, "Okay."
It is pretty fucking crazy.
So I went in. Well, I didn't actually play it myself, but basically one of my friends streamed it, and then a lot of us who hadn't played it were watching. So we were helping him like make the choices and stuff. So it was kind of like Twitch plays, but we were just watching my friend stream it. So essentially it was like a slang, but basically, so it starts out run of the mill dating sim, and the first part pretty long, might take you an hour to get through it. So story is, there's not really a spoiler. It's very basic. You're a high school boy in Japan, and
sounds typical.
You have a high school girl who is your friend, and she's like, "Hey, first day of school, let's go. Like, why don't you check out this club that I'm part of? It's called the Literature Club." And then, you're a boy and you're like, okay, fine, I'll go with you because you're my best friend. Yeah. And then you go there and you meet, there's all these cute girls. And they all fulfill the very stereotypical Japanese dating sim archetypes.
Yep.
You have the close friend who you've known a long time, very playful. You have the, tsundere, who's like, she's very mean to you at first. She's like, well, I didn't ask you to come, blah, blah. Like very stereotypical, mean to you, but you can tell. And then there's the shy, awkward, nerdy girl who's like, oh, I'm so sorry, blah, blah. And she's like, she's into horror books. So you're like, maybe that's like a foreshadowing or something. And then there's like the leader girl who's like, she's the popular, sporty girl who's just like very professional. And she like runs the place. And so it's very run of the mill. And I do recommend that you go into this not knowing much. And I'm not going to spoil much, but basically very run of the mill. Takes about an hour to get through the first part. Stereotypical dialogue, and basically the concept is you write poems. Well, you don't actually write them in the game. You just pick a bunch of words to form your poem, and then depending on how you write it, it appeals to a certain girl. So there's some element of agency, of chance, or not chance, but control. And then there's choices you can make, and then some of the girls get into a fight, and then you get to decide who do you want to side with, how do you want to mediate the situation. Yeah. And then towards the end of Act 1. It gets kind of dramatic. Yes. But it's very stereotypical, like, love triangle drama. Yeah. And you're like, okay. And then something like kind of messed up happens at the end, and it takes a fucking nosedive. Oh, it just, really? And I'm not saying, oh, suddenly the story is creepy. Okay, I do not want to spoil this for you, but you start to get the feeling that the game itself is working against you. Oh. So there's a point at the story where it says, every time before you make an important decision, it's always good to save your game. And you're like, okay, so you make before a decision pops up, you save your game, and then something messed up happens, and you're like, I don't like what happened. I'm gonna go back to my save game. So you open the menu. What's this? All of your save games got deleted.
Oh no!
Oh no! And like, so some of the quote unquote horror is in your face, and it's very much like, oh, this is really what the heck is going on here. But some of it is very subtle. A lot of it, the vast majority of the stuff in this game is very subtle. It's like something in the background changed, and you're like, wait a minute, what is that? Or like, the music will change in tone very subtly, but you notice it, and you're like, okay. Or like, yeah, like you start like midway into like Act 2, you'll figure it out. Most likely you will figure out what's going on, but it is really creepy. Yes. And you start to realize what's happening and why it's happening, and there's not much you can do to stop it. And then once it gets to Act 3, it gets really crazy. And what I like the most about this game is, in order to progress, again, I'm not going to spoil, but in order to progress past Act 3, you have to do something that I've never seen any game make you do. But there's something you have to do to progress that is very unconventional. And they hint at it heavily. They heavily hint at what you're supposed to do, but it is very unconventional for a game. And I've never seen a game do this. And once you do it, things kind of fall apart. And then Act 4 happens, and it's depending on there's multiple endings, like any dating sim. Yeah. Depending on what ending you get, it's a really creepy ride. And then a lot of the creepy things that happen, supposedly are randomly generated. So
really?
Yeah. So a lot of the weird things that happen, it's not gonna happen every playthrough you do. So different people experience different weird things that happen in this game, and it's really trippy, and it's disguised as a dating sim, but it's something else. Like I've only ever seen one game do this, but this is the only game I've seen that does it well. And it's very, like, again, I cannot spoil it for you. You have to go in. It gets pretty dark, but it's very, it's not what you expect. Yeah. And it's just a really weird. So I'm kind of nervous as a dating sim, it is kind of slow because there's a lot of dialogue. But you don't have to read all of it. There's a skip button that allows you to zoom through. But once you hit like the middle part of Act 2, like you do kind of have to slow down. Each act gets shorter and shorter. Act 1 is long, and it's basically a dating sim. Yeah. Act 2
to set up the story.
A little bit shorter. Act 3 very short, but there's only one way to get out of it. Wow. And Act 4 is also really long, but the ending is interesting. And it does, again, not going to spoil, but it does something at the end of the game that makes it really kind of hilarious, but also very meta. But there's something that happens at the end of the game where you're like,
interesting.
Oh, that's kind of interesting. But yeah, it's such a weird game.
Do you get nightmares?
Okay, so it's not horror in the idea that, oh, look, jump scares,
like Outlast.
There's blood and gore everywhere, and there's all this like horrible stuff. It's more unsettling. It's not like it's not really scary. It's just disturbing.
It's messed up.
It's messed up, but it's not like people's heads are exploding everywhere. And there's like blood and guts everywhere, or like, oh look, there's this monster in your face. It's more like, that's really weird, or I don't know how I feel about this, or like, especially when the music changes, you're like, I don't like this. It messes with you.
I know.
The problem is, once stuff starts getting weird, you don't know what the rules of the game are. You do not know what the limits of this game are. It starts to break its own rules, and it's not a normal dating sim, and it's just like, it's really not a dating sim at all. Like it's it disguises itself, and it, like, the reason, like, again, most people say you should go in blind, but obviously you kind of have to know that there is a twist, because otherwise if you just go in the first hour, you're gonna be like, this is just a dating sim, it's very stereotypical, not for me. But you have to kind of know that something's up, because when it happens, and it will, it's off the wall. It's
pretty insane.
It is insane. It's a wild ride, and it's just like, I cannot recommend this game enough. Again, first act, really boring. I'm not into dating sims. It was whatever. But There are multiple endings from what I've heard, but the most common ending, it's very trippy. And I heard there are other endings you can manipulate the game to get even a different start to the game. Again, I'm not going to get into it, but there's like ways you can manipulate your way into a different experience.
Were you purposefully trying to go for an ending, or you just
no? We were just me and my friends, we chose a certain girl. We're like, we want to go for this girl.
Okay,
but then this stuff happens, and it kind of guides you towards one of the more common endings. But yeah, like apparently there are multiple endings, and there are ways to manipulate it to get a certain ending. But man, that game is insane.
Yeah,
it is.
That game is.
It's free to play too.
I know. So after we released that podcast where I said I didn't like dating sims, actually my friend messaged me afterward. Like my friend listened to it, messaged me afterwards, and he was telling me, "Oh, but have you looked up Doki Doki Literature Club?" And he straight up said that, and I was thinking, no, and I'm not going to look it up.
Yeah, that sounds like
I know. Like what does that even mean? So he showed me a link to a walkthrough. I didn't play it, but I actually watched the walkthrough for a little bit. I didn't finish it. I'd say I finished, but I got far enough to know that it is a pretty crazy game, though.
It just progressively gets worse and worse, and it's like you start questioning what is going on. What am I supposed to do? And it's just, oh my gosh, and like. So if you don't want to play this by yourself, which I don't recommend, but like I do recommend like doing what I did and my friends did, was like having one of your friends stream it, and Steam. It's on Steam, and Steam does have a streaming service, or you can do Twitch or whatever, and then you can just have one of your friends play it, and then the rest of you can watch, like what me and my friends did. So I would recommend doing it that way, so you can all kind of like quote unquote enjoy it together.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an experience, and it gets pretty crazy. And once you get to the part where you're stuck, some of you might see it coming, but some of you will be kind of mind blowing how you're supposed to beat the game. And you're like, what? Seriously, I have to do that to beat the game? And if you do get stuck, I'll give you a subtle hint. I don't know how it works in the console version. I'm told that there is a console version for this. Okay. But for the PC version, there's something specific you have to do that only works for the PC version in order to beat the game.
Okay.
And it's weird.
I know you're talking about.
You kind of have to do it.
Actually, I was reading about it what you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, and it's bizarre.
This is a strange game.
I've never seen a game do this, but it's trippy, and oh my gosh, it's crazy.
To sum it up, it's not a game that you're playing. It's more like a story that you're reading.
Yeah, it's a visual novel.
Yeah.
But it gets insane.
Yeah.
It's designed to be like it's designed to look like a typical Japanese dating sim. It's actually not by a Japanese company.
Yeah.
But like I really like the way they designed this game.
Cool.
It's
cool.
Very interesting. So check it out on Steam or wherever. Again, free to play.
Cool. In other news, Jordan and I played Bigfoot the other day.
Oh, nice!
Just for like the nth time trying to capture Bigfoot.
Got stuck.
And Bigfoot got stuck underneath a bridge. And
wait, like it glitched and it got stuck underneath the bridge?
So Bigfoot, so we were sitting on the bridge. Here's the story. And this game is good for if you want a creepy experience. So
yeah, it really is.
We were sitting on a bridge in the middle of the woods in the dark. And we were like, and we hear Bigfoot roar in the distance, and it's creepy. And we're like, okay, we're just going to wait for Bigfoot to come.
And we're looking at the other side of the bridge, by the way.
And we put bear traps towards
the
edge of the bridge. And we're like, okay, hopefully when he comes for us, he'll run into the bear trap. And we're like, what if he's just like sitting out there watching us, Because that's happened before where we'll see him and he's just staring at us.
Remember I saw that thing that looked like him and I shot at it?
Yeah, and Jeremy saw a tree that looked like Bigfoot and he shot at it and nothing happened. And we're just standing still, sitting there on the bridge, and we're like, okay, what if he's just like watching us or something?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go check out. So I walk up the bridge and I notice this thing standing behind the tree, and it just bum rushes me. I was like, oh crap, he was watching us. And he just rushes me, and I jump off the bridge into the water, and he jumps after me. And then I guess the AI is not supposed to go down there, so he gets stuck.
Oh, I shot a flare. Yeah. It scared him because I didn't want him to hurt you.
Yeah, and then he ran to a rock, and he just got stuck next to the rock.
Yep.
And so we just shot him in the ass a couple times.
Yeah, we literally shoved our guns up his ass and just shot him.
Yeah.
Up the ass.
Yeah, up the butthole.
You literally go up
the fractured
ass,
butthole.
Yes.
Shoot him.
Got it.
And then we took down his health, and we captured him, and then we won. Yeah.
Yeah, but then the part where you were tied up, you tied to him, then you jumped off a rock, and you choked to death.
So Bigfoot. So the way the game sort of ends is like you tie up Bigfoot. You don't really kill him. You just knock him out with your bullets, I guess. You
Yeah.
shoot him enough times where he gets knocked out, and then you rope him up and you drag him. But like you put him on a sled and you drag him. And then I got stuck, and he got stuck on the rocks, and then I flew off of the rocks, so I was hanging by Bigfoot's body by the rope that was attached to me.
Oh
I was
my
just hanging there, and I just died.
Yeah.
What?
I died.
You literally
and then Jeremy
choked
had
to
to pick up the rope and drag him back to the
Yeah.
campsite, and then we won.
I tried to unbind because you can unbind the rope to Bigfoot to the player, and I
Yeah.
did that, but it was too late. He died already.
Yeah, I died by hanging myself from
Yeah.
Bigfoot's body.
I know.
Oh,
But yeah,
my God.
I've talked about this game extensively before. I love this game. Jordan and I have played this a lot. Honestly, we just play just to kill Bigfoot and do it over again.
It's really creepy.
Yeah, because you could sit in your camper and Bigfoot will come and attack the camper and like make the whole thing shake and yeah, like
There's just different ways to kill him.
yeah, there's pretty much.
You can kill him from the bear traps. You can kill deer and lure him into a trap with the deer, or you can just wait it out and eventually he comes for you.
Yeah,
at
which is the
night.
best part.
Yeah, or during the day you can encounter him, but usually
Yeah.
he'll try to avoid you.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can find dead bodies, which is it's like a side objective where you find these dead bodies of people
Yeah,
who
yeah.
got attacked by him. But like
Mhm.
it's a really small game.
Made by
if it
3
goes
guys.
if it goes on sale for like $10, I definitely recommend
Yeah.
picking it up.
And I said before, Lisa, on a previous podcast, you should buy this game and play with us
I
because
know,
it's
I
an
know.
experience.
And then you can have the cameras. You can put cameras
Oh,
everywhere.
yeah,
And
yeah.
So at night you can have one person on the control monitoring everything, and then 2 other people running around like in the dark looking
Yeah.
for him.
But there are 3 guns, and you
Yeah.
can kill Bigfoot with 3 people or whatever. But yeah, so the developers came out with teasers for their update, which is going to be a snow level, and you're going to hunt the Yeti. And then they came out recently with a teaser about like different animals they're going to feature, so like bears and more deer and coyotes and raccoons or skunks. I forgot, but yeah, they're going to feature more animals in the map. So yeah, we're just waiting for them to release it. They're students in college, so I think that's why it's taking a little bit for them to release it. So it's they're just busy with school, and they even said in one of their updates that the exams are coming up, so it's just taking for them some time for it to release. But yeah, the game's called Bigfoot on Steam. Originally it was called Finding Bigfoot, but now it's just called Bigfoot.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty neat game. You guys should check it out. It's a first-person survival horror game.
I know, it sounds really cool.
Oh yeah, no, it's awesome.
Also, Halloween is next week.
Right. Halloween is in a few days.
Halloween's next week. Might as well get your atmospheric, scary horror. Like
Steam should be having a
Halloween sale,
soon.
yeah.
so
Outlast will be on sale. Costume Quest will be on sale.
Probably
Resident
like,
Evil will be on sale.
Yeah, like Killing Floor 2.
Killing Floor, yeah,
all
yeah.
those games.
Yeah. But anyways, Donovan, going back to you, what was your favorite game you played when you were growing up?
Let's see. Of course, Halo.
Oh, on the Xbox?
Yeah,
What about
I
before
had
that?
Xbox. Oh, like the originals, like the
Mhm.
Super Mario Brothers.
Mm.
Like man,
The first one?
is it Super Mario World?
Which one?
Yeah, the
Was
the
it all
adventure
in-
game. The adventure game.
Well, I mean, they're all adventure games.
The first one then.
Oh, the
Yeah.
original NES one?
Was
Wait,
it-
wait, which
Super
controller
Nintendo,
was it?
Super Nintendo.
Was
put
it,
it up.
yeah, it was Mario World.
Yeah,
Super
Mario World.
Oh, yeah,
That
yeah.
was
I had that on Game Boy Advance.
the best one.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
that-
Game Boy.
I did.
They did come out with the Game Boy.
Yeah,
one.
they did. They keep remastering it for everything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like their Skyrim.
Do they have that one
Oh,
on
yeah.
the Switch?
They have like Virtual
heard-
Console on the Switch.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can download it. That's about it.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. So you play Super Mario World
and Halo.
and Halo. Yeah.
There's those other games, Super Monkey Ball.
Oh wow! What'd you play it on?
GameCube.
Oh,
So there's
nice.
That one.
Do you know Billy
Yeah.
Hatcher? You know Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg?
No,
It's
yeah.
okay.
It's a good game.
it's a niche. It's a very niche game. It's made by
Yeah.
Sonic Team. Shout out to Billy Hatcher wherever you are.
Starfox is
Ooh,
good.
Starfox.
I like that
Yeah.
one.
Which one?
The original one.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
On N64
yeah.
or the one before that?
The one before that.
Oh,
OG,
damn!
OG.
Yeah, I never played that one.
Oh man, that was fun. Just
Yeah.
shooting stuff and then
Yeah.
blowing those rings.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man.
Oh man,
Okay.
this reminds me of another story. Jordan, you and I played Star Fox at one point together. Do you remember?
N64 one. Sorry.
No. Before that, do you remember?
No.
So this is a weird random story
Okay.
about Jordan and I's childhood growing up playing video games. So
Go for it.
our parents used to take us to Hawaii, and there's a hotel that we attended called the Hilton Waikoloa.
Oh yeah.
And there's a little camp called Camp Menehune, and Menehune in Hawaiian means little person, or like it's like a folklore, like
They're basically the Hawaiian equivalent of leprechauns.
yes, exactly. I think they steal stuff from you. I don't remember.
They're
It's like folklore.
Yeah, like, it's pretty much
they're
folklore.
like little tiny people who
Yeah.
do little mischief stuff.
Yeah.
Like that.
So we went there. I remember just going there twice, I think. And then in the room, they had like a playroom where you could do whatever you want. And then they had also outside activities that you could do whatever you want. Or not whatever you want. You could like do golfing or swimming or whatever, and you could like pet dolphins or something.
Okay.
And then, but what Jordan and I really wanted to do, we just wanted to play video games. So in the camp area, in the indoor area of the camp, quote unquote camp, which is basically just a room for parents to drop their children off.
It's a daycare.
Yeah, basically, it's a daycare. And they had like different consoles. They also had PCs. So Jordan and I would play this game called Midtown Madness, and it was like it wasn't a racing. It was a racing game, but it was also
like a free roam. So you played as
driving
a car,
simulator,
but like you can drive and do whatever you want and
Yeah.
run into things and
Yeah.
it was basically like GTA, but there's no getting out of the car and no shooting people.
yeah,
You just drive
yeah.
around
And you're
wreck
just
the
cars.
city and
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Your cars from the early 2000s and late 90s.
Yeah.
And so you drive around and stuff. And so that was one of the games we played a lot. And then they came out with the second one, and one of the maps in the second game was San Francisco, and that was pretty cool too.
Mhm.
And then they had like a Super Nintendo, and so we actually played the first Starfox game, but not extensively. We just played it and got
That's
bored and went back
such
to
a long time ago.
I know, but then we went back to Midtown Madness because yeah. But yeah, I just want to share a little anecdote. It was just super random when you said Starfox. I was like, oh yeah, we did play it, but in this random
setting.
yeah, this random setting on vacation in Hawaii.
Yeah.
To go play video games. Yeah, dude. Yeah, so what else did you play, Donovan?
I played all the EA sports games,
Gotcha.
like Madden.
You 2K18 fan? Of,
That's not
NBA?
it.
I'm
That's
sorry, that's not.
not-
shit,
No,
what am I
NBA
saying?
Live.
NBA
It's
Live.
NBA
Oh,
Live.
right,
That's
right,
EA.
right.
is the one. Yeah, NBA Live. I played that. The MLB, the show.
How is that game? I don't know.
It's cool. It's like any sports games, you can just score a lot of points. It's kind of like easy once you know how to like pitch or hit or like score touchdowns. Yeah.
Are you on?
It wasn't that hard. In Madden, I used to score like 60 points, 80 points.
So are all the players on steroids?
And why is it called the show?
Yeah.
Like
have
I've
no
wondered
idea.
that.
I have no idea. I don't know where they came up with that,
But it's stuck.
Yeah.
MLB the show.
Also, on top, real quick on the topic of NBA Live, there was a time where NBA Live was actually the popular one, and 2K was the
Oh yeah, that's right.
was the more like
Right,
non-popular one.
I forgot that there were
one
two
point, yeah.
franchises.
Yeah, there used to be two
Right.
franchises.
Oh.
And I don't remember when I don't know how and when the switch happened where 2K became
the
like
best,
the
yeah.
best one, but
They put all their money into it.
yeah,
I
they
mean,
do like a lot of 2K's games. What is Borderlands and the sports games?
Yeah, and yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I remember Michael B. Jordan was in the last one.
yeah.
So randomly.
Yeah, so Michael B. Jordan
What?
was in no.
Yeah, he was
so,
in the game.
So
yeah.
every 2K has a career mode where you craft your own My Player, and they
Yeah.
have their own sports career. And Michael B. Jordan was in 16. I don't know why. Oh, 7. He was in 17.
Mhm.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
And
why?
he I don't remember why, because I don't think I made it that far into his story. Because like I play 2K just to play with other people. Not
Yeah,
really
yeah.
that. I'm not that much into the career mode.
It's fine.
Although I do like customizing my character and all that fun stuff. But straight up, when Michael B. Jordan was there, I was like, this is
It throws you for a loop.
yeah. Oh, he's like training you in some way. I don't know.
So weird.
I have no idea why, but probably coming off of that the
Yeah.
Rocky movie,
Oh, Creed.
Creed,
Yeah.
and using that. I have no idea.
It's like what's Oscar Grant doing here from Fruitvale Station? Like,
Yes.
like what the heck?
I know. Okay, seriously, the last 2K, so 16, Spike Lee was in it, and
Wait, why?
so
No
so
idea.
in the career mode, the storyline was Spike Lee was making a movie out
Oh
of
my-
your My Player
No.
game.
So was
so
Spike Lee playing Spike Lee?
Yes, Spike Lee is playing Spike Lee.
Oh man.
Okay.
Did he have the glasses too?
Yes.
Oh man.
Like, straight up, he's playing himself.
Oh jeez.
I know. And it's voiced by himself too.
Well, figures.
Yeah.
He did the mocap himself too.
Oh god, I don't even know. Have any of you guys seen the mocap they do for the 2K games? Because 2K posts a lot of their mocap stuff freely. Like Andre Iguodala.
Yeah.
They showed what mocap was like for him when they recorded him. It's really cool.
They have a facility in Marin, right?
Yeah,
because that's where they made the Bioshock, one of the Bioshock games.
Yeah, the facility for motion capture is somewhere. Yeah, Marin County.
Yes.
I want to say it's Novato or Petaluma or something.
Yeah, it's just called 2K Marin.
Yeah, and they have just, aside from recording on like actual park basketball courts, they have their own. It's just this huge auditorium.
Oh wow!
And that's where they record all their stuff,
For,
all
like,
their motion
mocap.
capture,
Okay.
whether it be for like BioShock or Borderlands or their actual sports games. They'll actually get the athletes to come in and they do all the motions and they record it.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It's the fun stuff about video games.
Local video game makers.
Local video game companies.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty
40
cool.
miles north.
You own an Xbox, right? The first, like, the original Xbox.
Yes.
Not the Xbox One. So is that the latest console you bought?
I got the 360.
Oh damn!
That's
Okay.
the latest
So did
one.
you play Halo with your brothers, like co-op?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's like the best way to play
It's
it.
always the best.
Yeah, because Jordan and I would always play
Yeah,
Halo together.
2 players is always better. Like,
Yeah.
in anything. There's also another game like I like to talk about. I don't know if you know it. It's called Hunters the Reckoning, where you just fight like it's like these like I guess vampire slayers. And
Vampire
they
slayers.
just run. So it's like everyone had like it kind of looked like The Walking Dead. You had the crossbow.
Yeah.
There's other powers, and then
Yeah.
it was just like it was a fun game. Sometimes you can like
Okay.
kill you get your special powers, and they just like he had like this flamethrower thing, or just you just burn everything.
What system was this on?
It was Xbox. You search it up. It's
okay.
Probably like
Hunters the Reckoning.
when you beat Halo and you just been replaying it, then you get tired of it. So then the Hunters Reckoning is probably the second. It probably didn't get that much recognition, but that was probably one of my favorite games. Hunters the Reckoning.
Oh,
They're
I
all
see. It's like a
vampires.
3D.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, we're looking
it's like
at
this,
it
right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
never
You
heard of
just-
that.
Yeah,
I've never heard of this
You
game.
just-
You
Yeah,
just
me
kill.
either.
I think those were like they weren't zombies. I think they were vampires. I think.
Oh wow, that's a lot of vampires.
Yeah, they were all like just trying to
That's
like
not.
eat you and suck your blood. I guess. I forgot how.
Sounds like vampires.
And then, like at the end, there's like a villain. There's like a big boss. And
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
crazy,
Yeah, yeah.
faster. And,
Like every video
yeah,
game.
yeah, like every video game.
Nice.
So yeah, check it out. Vampires,
Yeah.
Hunters the Reckoning.
Cool. Awesome, man. Cool. Thanks for sharing your video game experience with us.
You welcome.
Yeah, I didn't know you were so extensive with video games.
Yeah, I was until I started to have to work a lot.
Yeah.
But video games is fun.
Yeah.
man.
Work and life changes that, so.
Well, when you get older, you get money. You could buy stuff. You could buy yourself a new console.
I
Buy
know.
yourself some games. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Steam sales.
Steam sale. Yeah.
So real quick, I have to point this out. I just wanted to point this out about something else that I didn't play yet, but I have downloaded. And it has to do with Skyrim, everyone's game on every single like screen in the universe.
Thank you, Todd Howard.
Yes. But a few weeks ago, they added a survival mode to Skyrim.
But it's like a DLC, right?
Yeah, it's like a mod or a DLC. I think it's is it a mod or a DLC? I don't remember. But pretty much it's a survival mode and there's more weight on you. It's much more difficult to level up, so you can't just like spam your abilities.
Uh-huh.
And on top of that, you have to actually eat food. Like, eating food used to kind of be relevant in the game, and now you actually have to cook and eat food too.
So this is just a difficulty setting, or is it?
It's a difficulty
Oh,
setting.
okay.
It's like
I thought it was a whole.
it's like games like Minecraft, how they have a survival mode.
or like DayZ.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have that now.
So you could
In
starve to death.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Oh damn.
And there's a lot of things that can happen to you now that just didn't happen in the original Skyrim normal levels. So
Oh.
normal modes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I haven't tried it out yet, but I have it downloaded. I'm gonna pick up Skyrim probably over Christmas again.
Yeah.
So,
No, for sure.
yeah.
Let us
So-
know how it goes,
Yeah.
because I haven't even played that game,
Oh, I know.
and I'm gonna make all the dragons Thomas the Tank Engine, like I said.
Buy Skyrim for your calculator.
Oh God, for my TI 87. Have you guys? So in other video gaming news, have you guys heard of this game called Ready or Not?
No.
Nope.
It's a SWAT game where I believe it's co-op, and it's like
Is it indie?
I think it's indie. It's like 4 people.
Void Interactive. I've never heard of that.
Yeah. So, it's basically a spiritual successor to the SWAT series, and the SWAT series is actually made by some of the games were made by Irrational Games, who made the BioShock series, and Ken Levine was one of the driving forces behind the original SWAT series. And so what the series is basically SWAT stands for what does it stand for?
Special Weapons and Tactics.
Yeah, Special Weapons and Tactics. Thank you. And it's you're a SWAT officer, and you're supposed to raid a building and like arrest people and try not to have the least amount of casualties. With this game, Ready or Not, since it's a spiritual successor and it's dealing more with like more modern topics, in the trailer, some of the topics are kind of controversial. I would say, like one of the scenarios is a school shooting.
Wow.
Yeah, you're a SWAT officer that has to deal with a school shooting. And I was like, damn.
That's really scary.
So I know it's a school shooting because like they show the different levels. Like they'll show like an apartment building, and then they'll show the inside of a classroom, but like papers on the ground.
Wow.
And the lights are flickering in the school. They don't show anyone. They just show the ground of the school.
Yeah.
You can clearly see the American flag and desks. And I was like, wow, that's going to be a really like controversial, but I think it'll be a fun.
Jeremy?
It was a trailer for the game.
Trailer.
Yeah, it's going to be really controversial, but also like interesting level to play. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun, the game itself. Yeah. And another one is dealing with like a child molester.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
This is a very deep game.
It is. And the song that's playing before it, I forgot what the song was. But it was an epic trailer. And it really I was shook a little bit. Like, let me just say that. Like,
so it's a very serious game, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take itself seriously. It's not comical at all, and it's supposed to be like you're supposed to be portraying an actual SWAT officer. And what would you do in this situation?
Oh man,
it's a tactical first-person shooter. Is how it's advertised.
I believe it's on Unreal 4, but yeah.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, it's definitely indie. I don't think a AAA game would.
No.
AAA company would try to tackle something like that.
No, but I really want to buy this game when it comes out, and I haven't played any of the SWAT series. But I'm interested in. I love first person shooters. I'm interested in this kind of genre.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah.
Dang.
It's deep.
It is really deep, especially especially a school shooting.
Yeah, I mean, like.
It's pretty chilling.
Yeah, I think they said one of the other ones might be a movie theater shooting. I'm like, yo, that's still wow.
So basically, they're taking like
scenarios from real life and putting them in the game. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, people like the simulators exist, so people want to do that too. Yeah, man, it's gonna be intense for sure. But I want to watch.
So the object of the game is trying to stop the serial killer.
Yes, or the serial killer, the child molester, the school shooters, the shooters. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, so it's gonna be one tough ride. Do you something that you wanna?
Yeah, I have questions.
Yay!
Ooh. Okay, perfect. So this question we actually recorded a few podcasts ago
with Jordan,
but we messed up the audio on it, so the audio didn't pick up the answers. So we're just gonna repeat this again. And I'm just going to answer it again to the best of my...
Yeah, and I didn't know what I said. And Donovan, you might want to answer this too.
Yeah, so everyone's free to answer this. The comment is from John.
Hello, John.
Yes, I know who you are, by the way. And the comment goes, Alyssa and Jeremy, if you could be a video game character for Halloween, who would it be and why? Also, what are you two actually going to be for Halloween? P.S. I'm a friend from college who found out you have a podcast. Great job, Alyssa. Smiley face with a 3. When are you?
Wow. Okay.
I know. With a 3. So it's like looks like the kitty, like
It's very specific smiley face.
I know. When are you getting Mortal Kombat? Let's play. Have a great day. So I know. So I'm gonna answer this how I answered it last time.
Yes.
I know exactly who this person is. I played Mortal Kombat on his console, and he's telling me to get Mortal Kombat now. And and for this specific question on if I could be a video game character for Halloween and why, I think he's making this joke because I made this comment that we should all be the Mortal Kombat squad one time for Halloween.
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Did you whip his ass in Mortal Kombat?
So no, not the first. So I like playing fighting games, but Mortal Kombat, I wasn't really used to the battle system.
Yeah.
It took a while for me to beat him for the first time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I like using Katana or Sub-Zero, and I forgot who he had. The guy with the hat with the guy with the not him. Oh. I know. So it's like a black hat that kind of looks like a cowboy, and there's kind of like dangling stuff from him. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't know any of the characters.
I know. I don't know any of the characters. Aside from that, I don't know what I'm going to be for Halloween. I was actually talking about this earlier with Donnie and Jeremy. I usually plan a costume out for Halloween, and I'm disappointed that I haven't thought of anything yet. But I have what's the date today?
The 20th. Yeah.
There's 6 days. I have 6 days to figure this out.
There you go.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, and that answers my question.
For me, if I could be any video game character, I said this last time, I'd probably be... I said I wanted to be either Majima or Kiryu from the Yakuza series, but I think I might want to change my answer. Man, I would... Damn. I mean, shit. Master Chief would be cool. I mean, those costumes are expensive, but I could just get a shitty plastic one and pretend I'm discount Master Chief.
Okay, what's the name of that guy from Asia who does the discount cosplay? Do you know who I'm talking about?
It's like...
Oh,
I know what you're talking about.
He's so funny.
It's like low cost cosplay or something.
Yeah. My friend took a pic with him at
Really?
Fanime. Yeah, he was at Fanime this past year. Yeah. He's like low budget dude. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, low budget something.
He's amazing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's low budget. Yeah, so I'd probably be Master Chief, and my costume this year is actually going to be Brock from Pokemon. OG Brock. So look forward to that, I guess. Maybe in a picture, upcoming podcast. We'll see. I don't know.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, Jordan, how about you?
So I'm gonna say what I said last time, which is technically a movie character, but it's also technically a video game character.
Yeah.
Video games, which is a stormtrooper. Not New Order, but like legit old school stormtrooper. Just because I think the costume's really cool. And I would like to get one of those like voice modulator things. So it actually sounds like in the movie. Because you can get that. I've actually seen a guy with a costume who had that. And get one of like replica guns. So I'd like to have that, but those are really expensive.
It's like $10,000.
Yeah, and
it's expensive.
And it gets really hot in those. Yeah. It's made out of plastic and whatever. But for what I'm actually gonna be, I'm actually going as Slender Man.
Really?
I thought you were gonna be Rorschach.
I was gonna be Rorschach.
Oh,
but I decided to go with Slender Man this time. Just because I was Rorschach last 2 years.
Oh,
what the?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Slender Man. So I already have the black suit that I just own one.
Easy, yeah.
And then I ordered one of those like white full body suits. You know?
Man, just like Filthy Frank.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my face won't be shown. It's the one that covers your face.
Yeah.
And so like I'll have my head covered, then I'll have basically the gloves, and then it'll just be a full Slender Man look.
What are you doing for Halloween?
I'm going to my fraternity's meeting because we have a meeting every Tuesday.
So are you all gonna be dressed up?
Yeah, there's a theme every meeting. Like this theme was like culture night. Well,
gotcha.
Last meeting's theme was like culture night. So like one of my friends who's Korean, he just brought a Korean flag.
That's it.
And like other people had like
did you
wearing
bring a
something.
Filipino flag?
No, I forgot. I forgot that was the theme. But yeah, we usually have a theme each meeting just to keep things fun. And then next meeting's theme is of course Halloween because it's on Halloween.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah,
makes sense.
People will be dressed up.
Gotcha.
Cool. Yeah.
All right, Donovan, get to the mic.
So if I had to be a video game character,
yeah,
I never played the game, but it seems cosplay enough. I want to be a Final Fantasy character.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't think I'm gonna dress up for Halloween. It's just because I hardly dress up anymore. I commute to work. I take BART, and I just don't want to be in the costume.
And it's a Tuesday.
So
on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I honestly didn't pick time to buy or put any thoughts in it. So yeah.
Honestly, I could see you as Solid Snake from Metal Gear.
Oh, that's a solid
I
costume.
could see him as Solid Snake. Yeah. I could see. I don't know why, but I could see you dressed up as Solid Snake.
Metal Gear Solid and Final Fantasy bring out they bring up really good characters that you can cosplay as.
I could totally see you as a Final Fantasy character.
Exactly.
Probably from 7. I don't know.
He could be a Cloud.
Cloud. I don't know about Cloud.
He could be a Squall.
Oh yeah, with your gunblade, with this giant gun revolver.
Definitely Final Fantasy.
He could be a Squall.
Maybe next year.
Oh yeah, why not?
He could be a Pronto.
From the 15th.
From the 15th one.
Yeah. Yo, I'll roll with you. For
work or something.
Wait, who's the guy with the camera?
Pronto.
Oh shit.
There's like 4 guys, right? So
yeah.
You just need 4 people.
That's true, actually.
All right, let's go find that Audi that we can drive from the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Characters.
Apparently, you can buy those outfits online, but they're like thousands of dollars.
Oh hell no!
Jesus Christ!
Like,
I'll make it.
yeah.
You just need a black turtleneck for Pronto and cutting off the sleeves, like straight up.
Hey, let's all be Resident Evil characters. It's easy. I'll be a zombie. No.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah. Cool.
All right,
John, thank you for the question.
Yep. Thanks, John.
Thank you.
I'll see you soon. Anyways, the last question I have
This is one I don't know actually.
Yeah, the last question I have is from Anonymous. Hi, Downtime Podcast. What is your favorite movie and why?
Oh, that's a loaded question. Whoever you are, Anonymous.
Oh, this guy, Jeremy. Oh my God. How long's this answer?
No, I want. Okay, you go. Ladies first. Go first.
That's
a loaded question.
I gotta think about this.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Do you guys have answers?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Mine's Inception.
Oh.
Just because I like the concept of Inception. I like the whole idea of like going into dreams and like it's a heist movie at its core, and I think that's really cool. And it kind of plays out. It's action, has a lot of action, but the action is justified. It's not just there just for like it's definitely not a perfect movie. But there's just a lot of the things I like about movies Inception covers. You know, it has a dramatic storyline. You care about the characters. The characters are all interesting. There is technically a main character, but it's basically an ensemble cast. The concept is really really interesting. The whole idea of dreams. Like I'm really interested in this like psychology of dreams and things like that. And yeah, there's just sort of a twist at the end, and it ends kind of ambiguously, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I really like that movie, and visually it's awesome, and I like all the way all the characters dress. And,
Oh yeah.
like there's just so much I like about that movie that at the moment, if someone were to ask me what's my favorite movie, that off the top of my head, that's probably my favorite.
No, Nolan is known for putting men in suits in his movies. It really shows, especially in Dunkirk. I was surprised.
Yeah, I haven't seen Dunkirk.
It's good.
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah, like,
It's
I
pretty
wouldn't say that I'm not one of those Nolanites who believes that Nolan is perfect.
Nope.
I never heard of that phrase before.
I heard of it, but
Nolanite.
Dark Knight Rises.
There's some flaws in that.
There's
movie.
a lot of glaring flaws in
Yeah.
that. Dark Knight, awesome. Batman Begins is all right. Interstellar, just some weird parts of that too, but overall I liked it. But Inception, definitely my favorite movie.
Does the top fall? Does the top fall?
Supposedly it does. Apparently I don't know if this is true.
That's a Nolan said.
I haven't looked it up, but apparently there's like a deleted director's cut scene where it does fall.
Oh, really?
And there's a lot of other, apparently, again, spoiler alert for Inception, but
The movie came out 7 years ago, by the way.
but there's supposedly a lot of indications that show whether or not he's in a dream. For example, Cobb, the main character, I believe he'll wear the wedding ring when he's in the dream, and he won't have a wedding ring when he's out, or the other way around, something like that. But like, apparently, if you watch the movie and you're paying attention to his left hand, you can tell what's dream and what's not based on whether or not he's wearing the wedding ring.
Oh.
So the ring is dream.
So it's speculated that maybe the top wasn't his totem, as it
was actually the wedding ring.
because the totem was his wife's. I mean,
Right,
the top was his
right.
wife's totem, and she gave it to him after
interesting.
or he took it after she died. So speculation is the totem is actually his wedding ring.
Oh goddamn! I gotta.
And that's why you can tell whether or not it's a
Crap!
dream.
I gotta watch this movie again.
I know.
Yeah.
So actually, funny story. I had to buy part of my costume on Amazon, which is a green vest, and it was $23, and I needed $7 to cover free shipping. So what was $7? Inception on Blu-ray. So I actually have it in my room, still in the shrink wrap.
Really?
It's on Blu-ray. It has the special scene that Joan was just talking about, the top falling over. I was like, oh, because I actually bought it because it was $7, and it was the only Blu-ray DVD that was $7 that was on my wish list. I was like, oh shit, it's here, and I have a PS4. I can play Blu-ray DVDs.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's pretty good.
want to watch it.
Yeah, I want to watch the movie again and pay attention to that left hand too.
Left hand.
I didn't think about that when I first saw it.
Yeah.
If I had a totem, it'd be a fidget spinner. Just kidding.
Oh, please
no,
no.
I'm just kidding.
God.
I'm just kidding.
Please
Would
don't.
in
It'll
reality,
spin infinitely.
I know. I was about to say, in reality, does it stop spinning and it the dream world
yeah.
it
Never,
spins?
a fidget spinner don't keep spinning.
Keep on spinning. Donovan, do you have an answer?
Man, it's so wide. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't answer that one. There's
I'm
so
still
many
trying to
good
think.
movies.
And Anonymous, thank you for the question, first of all. But second of all, I really have to think about it because
this guy watches way too many films.
I do.
So
man, I gotta think of one. See, we talked about this before, Alyssa. Like, I can't pick one movie. I have to pick 5 because there's not one movie that I could pick. I'm sorry, Anonymous. I'm sorry to let you down.
Base the best movie on like the year.
I'm gonna name movies that you know you like. And
okay. Well, there's one behind you.
Say if it's a potential. Okay.
Sure.
Jurassic Park.
I do like it.
7 Samurai.
Yeah, that's actually close.
I love that movie
That's
too.
top.
Back to the Future 2.
1.
1. Here we go.
And 2.
Okay,
2 is pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shrek.
No.
Shrek 2.
Why you just name all the Shreks? Do you remember when?
Shrek 4.
Do you remember
Forever After?
Remember when we watched Shrek Forever After and there was an empty theater?
It's so bad.
And then we're like, why is the theater empty?
Stop.
We're like, oh yeah.
If you're gonna stop at 2. If you have to, go to 3. But do not watch Shrek Forever After.
So my family and I, like my mom, dad, and Jordan and I watched Shrek Forever After in the theater in our hometown, and the theater was empty. And we're like, why is it empty? And after the movie was over, we're like, oh, that's why it was empty.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
Lord of the Rings, 2 Towers.
Yes. Because of that scene that you memorized.
Jurassic Park 3.
You mean Jurassic World? No, I'm just kidding.
Just for the memes.
Yeah. Those are solid choices. But okay, can I name 5?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can name 5.
Okay, first one, Seven Samurai. You're right, Jordan. That's actually one of my favorites. I'm saying it's number 1 because it was the first movie I saw.
That's Akira Kurosawa, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the first Akira Kurosawa film I saw with my dad that introduced me to samurai movies. There's a lot of build-up to the end, and the ending, it really pays off with a lot of action. There's a lot of memorable characters, and to film history's knowledge, it's the first movie to come out that features a team-up genre, where the story is about farmers trying to find like samurai to help defend their village from bandits. And so it's the first movie where a group of people come together to fight one purpose, and like from different backgrounds. This is like pre-Avengers, pre-DC Comics. So I think it was really awesome that movie did that. Back to the Future, the first one, because DeLorean's awesome. And yeah, Jurassic Park, because it's the first movie I ever saw as a kid. And Jordan and I had all the toys, like I said before in the previous podcast. Our parents bought us all the toys. 4th is actually going to have to be Porco Rosso, the Hayao Miyazaki animated film.
Okay.
I'm still trying to find that on Blu-ray, but I don't want to buy it on Amazon yet. Maybe Black Friday. Porco Rosso, because the music's really good. Joe Hisaishi, awesome composer. Animation is like, and also the movie came out in 1992, so I can't not say that movie. I just love the noir aspect to it because I like the noir genre. And the last movie on my list that I'm gonna say, Shrek. No, not Shrek. Yeah, I'll say Empire Strikes Back because it's the best Star Wars. Fight me on this. Fight me. It's
not directed by George Lucas.
It's actually not. It's produced by him, but it's not directed. It's directed by Irving Kershner, and it's a great entry into the series. Yeah, for a lot of reasons, and I'm not gonna go into them. You just look them up. All right, go ahead, Alyssa.
All right. Can you think of?
I can't.
Okay.
Nate, okay. What's the most recent movie you saw that you liked a lot?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nice movie.
The first one though.
I recently watched the second one. It was okay. It was not amazing.
Yeah, I like the soundtrack in the first one better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause it's a different decade, the music, right? Or like, if not a decade, but like a few years, like, because a mixtape happens from a different time era, right?
Yeah.
Between the movies,
It's
what,
80s?
yeah.
No, it's the
70s?
It's his, because he was born in the 80s, or he grew up in the 80s, and it's when his mom was alive, so the 60s and 70s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Hooked on a Feeling came out in the 60s. Yeah, good movie, good solid choice, dude. That's a great movie. Because it's not just a superhero film. It's like a coming of age story. I don't know.
coming of age.
Because I wasn't sure if I should say that. Yeah, Alyssa, do you have any answer?
I'm tempted to choose 5 now.
Go ahead. I mean, I did it. Shit. I'm sorry.
In my defense, everyone now, Jordan and Donnie, you can mention 4 other movies too.
Well, for the record, Jordan knows me the most. So that's how he was naming all those movies.
Okay.
And he actually answered the question correctly. So I have to give him props for that because I didn't answer.
That's
correctly.
what brothers are for, right?
True.
Okay, I'll answer this with 4 movies. So
sure.
There are 4 movies that I watch once a year, whether I realize whether it's intentionally or not, but I just choose, like, I just eventually watch them, and I'm not tired of it every single time. So first one is Battle Royale.
Oh.
And I really like that movie because I just like this concept of seeing a man for himself when you're set in a situation where you have to survive.
So PUBG the movie.
Yes. What I really like about that movie the most is the storyline of one of the transfer students, the one who had the ex-girlfriend, not the crazy one.
The one with the Uzi.
Yeah, not that guy.
Oh yeah,
not the guy who turns blind all of a sudden and
he just murders everyone. Yeah, that was weird. He's like, I'm blind. He can still kill people with accuracy. I'm like, what is this?
Oh my God. But I like a lot and I also like ensemble movies, so I like how you got to see a lot of students, even though it was obvious who the 3 main characters were. You got to see the teacher side, you got to see like the girl side who's perceived as like this like girl who sleeps around a lot, but then has like a backstory of how she was abused, and then you get to see like all like these 4 girls who were best friends, but they kill each other all in the lighthouse. Like there's just there's just like a lot of cool like storylines that came out of that.
Yeah.
And I like the 2.5 hour director's cut version that actually goes into people's like storylines.
Yeah.
Okay. Second one is Dodgeball.
Oh my goodness.
I love that movie for some stupid reason. The third one is The Princess Bride.
Oh my goodness, such a good movie.
There's just so many awesome quotable things that happen at that movie, and just like off the top of my head right now, because I don't remember the really long quote about avenging their, do you remember which one? Like, my name is
Dude,
Montoya, like
something Montoya.
Yeah, I don't remember that quote, but I love the quote where the girl interacts with her the lover of her life for the first time, but he's like disguised and he's just in this suit and he's just falling down the hill and he goes, "As you wish." And then she realizes that it's the love of her life, so she tumbles down the hill too. It's just like a bunch of really that was a lot of really ridiculous jokes, but that was really good. And then lastly, I named this last because I do think this is probably my favorite movie of all time, if I had to rate everything, and it's Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, that's such a good
God.
movie.
I totally forgot about. I just watched Hot Fuzz on Netflix.
Yeah. So I'm a huge fan of those two. I've watched the entire Cornetto series. And I also watched like the movie about them being an alien. And
Paul.
I watched their TV show. I watch a lot of the stuff with those two actors.
Yeah.
Nick Frost and Sean.
No, his name's not Sean.
Oh,
Simon.
Simon Pegg. My bad. Simon Pegg. Sean. Because Shaun of the Dead. There you go.
Yeah. Wrong. Same actor. Wrong movie.
Speaking of video games, they play Time Splitters 2 in that
That's
game.
right. Yeah.
In that movie.
I was like, holy shit, Jordan.
Time Splitters 2.
Yeah, like, oh my god. The sound effects, I'm like, oh my god. Yeah. But yeah, Shaun of the Dead's great.
I know. I love British comedies.
Yeah.
I love British comedies. I like that dark humor where it's like very cynical humor and like kind of like just more.
It's very tongue in cheek where like the characters are taking it seriously, but it's obviously not meant to be serious.
Yes.
Exactly.
Big Al says dogs can't look up. It's like, yeah, no, he's wrong. It's like, what's he talking about?
I watch that movie every single year. I really like that one.
Yeah.
And also just that came during the time where Dawn of the Dead was out, and they just spoofed it, but they made it their own thing, and I just thought it was hilarious. So,
on that note, favorite Halloween movies. I want to say Hocus Pocus.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Don't yell, please, don't yell. But yeah, I love that movie.
They're making a remake apparently.
Oh fuck no! Please no.
Halloween movies.
Yeah.
Wait, a remake or a sequel?
Ooh, Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's a great one. That's a good one.
I love.
Hey, there's a lot of movies. You could say whatever one you want. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying I fucking love
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Great.
Hey.
That's a good movie.
What's it?
Jason. Shout out to Jason.
Shout
I
out
don't
to
know.
Jason.
I don't know.
Freddy vs. Jason. How about that?
Oh,
I
man.
never saw that movie. Go ahead, Elisa.
No. Is there really gonna be a remake?
Apparently, I mean, think about it. They're
all old.
It's
actresses.
rumored that they're gonna make a remake, but honestly, they're probably
Yeah,
going to do it.
Ah.
It is Disney.
Shout out to the cat Thackeray Binks.
No.
Thackeray Binks.
Thackeray Binks.
I gotta do my annual watch for that movie. I
Yeah.
also watch that movie every
Like,
Yeah, every Halloween.
It's still a great movie, but the effects do not hold up.
It's
Yeah.
amazing though.
And the style doesn't hold up of the clothing. It's just
It's
funny.
very, very old
Yeah,
school.
but it's all
like-
it's practical, which is awesome. Like a lot of the stuff's
Yeah.
practical effects, so it's great.
So really funny. You know how things just kind of seem longer when you're young. So this movie, I straight up thought was like 2.5 hours. And
Oh yeah,
like way back. And then I watched it again, and I realized, holy crap! I think this movie's only like an hour and a half. If anything, there's like an hour 40.
Yeah, like I thought Master of Disguise was a long movie. That is a really short movie.
I forgot about that
That is an
movie.
insanely short.
Is that only
movie.
like 45 minutes or something?
I don't know. It's really short.
Okay.
But it doesn't really hold up. It's
He-
a pretty bad movie.
He made that movie for his kids, and I think
It's a really bad.
he thought it would
movie.
be memeable before memes were like a huge thing, and so then no, it wasn't because
So,
I even forgot who the actor was in that. It was just
Dana
whatever.
Carvey.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the humor in that's not clever.
And what
It's
happened
really
to him, huh?
lowbrow,
What
stupid
happened to him?
humor.
I don't know.
You don't hear about Dana Carvey anymore.
I think that movie ruined it for him.
Yeah. His kids are probably like, we fucking hate this, Dad. It's like my kids don't enjoy it, and he just quit acting. I'm just kidding. That's not real. Don't believe me. Anyways, Elisa, what's your favorite Halloween movie?
No, I agree with you.
Oh, Hocus Pocus?
I
Oh.
love Hocus Pocus,
Yeah.
but now I'm just like, is there anything else that Halloween movies? I'm just searching on.
What's the Disney Channel original movie? DCOM? What is it? What
Oh,
Halloween
are you
Town?
afraid of the dark? Oh, sorry.
Halloween Town.
Yeah, there's those movies. I never
don't
watched.
really remember.
I think
them.
there's like 6. I don't. I don't know.
I think there's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's like what the
I don't remember it.
DCOM movies.
There was there's one. It's like it's not. Are you afraid of dark? It's like don't be afraid of the dark.
Is that a series?
No, it was a movie.
Are You Afraid of the Dark was the Goosebumps
Yeah.
competitor.
So this one was don't be afraid of the dark. Like don't. I fucked this up. Don't look under the bed. That was like not even
Close enough.
That was not even close. Oh man.
I always do to find my phone charger.
Yeah.
I always look under the bed.
Which, by the way, have any of you ever seen the Haunted Mansion
With
Eddie Murphy.
with
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy?
Um,
That's on here too as
No.
a Halloween movie.
I haven't, and I don't think I ever will. Sorry.
I don't know about that.
I've been to the ride. The ride was cool,
Yeah, the ride is cool. Yeah, Hocus Pocus is only an hour and a half.
dude. That's why it's a solid movie.
It is,
You get a
yeah.
good contained story.
No, I was about to say the
Yeah.
best movies sometimes are you just get straight to the point and
Oh yeah, there's a lot of innuendos too. Where like the witches are boarding the bus, they're like, "We're looking for kids," and the bus driver's like, "Well, it might take me a couple tries, but..." I was like, "Oh my god!"
I didn't realize that.
yeah,
actually.
it's.
Wow.
I was like, "Damn, this movie's this is a Disney movie.
I know.
It's a Disney movie."
Yep.
Wow, 1993 Disney.
Yep,
Never be the same again.
I know. Well, that was a fun question. That was the last
Yeah.
question of the podcast.
Yeah, thank you, Anonymous, for sending your question. I hope we answered your question correctly. I know I didn't, but
I will say we answered it thoroughly. So
okay. Yeah, we answered it to the best of our ability. Hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, we've been going for over an hour now, so I think it's time to wrap up.
all
Yeah.
right.
Any last words?
The first podcast I was on, I said I would write another article, and it's taken a while.
Hey, take your time.
I've been really busy.
Yeah, take your time.
But yeah, I still have a ton of ideas. I need to flesh it out. But yeah.
It's all good. Oh shoot, I do have something to say about the website. So, my friend Kevin is writing articles about bargain games that you can buy.
Oh, sweet.
Ooh.
So he just posted up the first article. Check it out on triangle-c.blog, as well as you can use that to send us questions, or on any of our platforms where we have the podcast, just make a comment or shoot a DM, and then we'll answer your question.
Yeah, let us know.
Yep.
This second recording is done the day of Halloween after work and includes friends of the podcast, Brandon, Donovan, and 2 newcomers, Melissa and Ruby. This one is more of a ramble and goes more off topic, but this is a special recording and you will listen as this is the last time that Jeremy and I do an episode as coworkers.
Today is a different kind of day. Alyssa, maybe you want to elaborate?
It's not exactly it's not like this podcast is going to be different today. It's just, this is, so long story short, this is the last time that Jeremy and I are going to be coworkers.
Yeah.
Because, and Brandon. Ooh. This is going to be the last podcast as coworkers. The podcast is not ending, by the way. We're still going to record as we normally do. But just, yeah, it's kind of the end of an era.
Yeah.
And we also have Brandon on the podcast.
Here for all your ASMR pleasures.
What does ASMR mean?
I couldn't hear anything. So.
Sorry.
Because only you can hear it. And ASMR is a thing where you get really close to the mic and you talk and then you're...
Oh!
Soothe people.
I already forgot what I was going to say. Oh, it's Halloween! Happy Halloween, everyone!
Today's October 31st.
Random shit that's happening. Mario Odyssey. A lot of things got released this week. Mario Odyssey came out, and apparently that's also just as good as Zelda, at least according to reviews online. I haven't played it, so I'm just going off of what I'm reading and how people enjoy it. But I figure if you're just a Mario fan, you're going to enjoy it nonetheless. But people are saying that this is the best Mario 3D game because a lot of Mario 3D games aren't good.
Right, this is the best one since 64 is what everyone is saying.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I mean, like, I haven't played any 3D Mario game extensively since Galaxy on the Wii.
I think a lot of people haven't really, or a lot of people choose not to play Mario 3D.
Super Mario World, Super Nintendo, all the way.
There you go.
Yes.
Last good one.
The last good one. I don't know.
Super Mario Brothers,
I'm saying
the last good one.
It was before your time.
I'm saying random crap right now.
1985
really,
Super
though?
Mario Brothers, the last good one.
Okay.
The only good one.
So, I started reading a review for it. Is it infinite stars and worlds and galaxies?
Wait, what are you talking about? For Odyssey?
Mario Odyssey.
No, it's not.
Because there seems to be a lot of things you can do in this game.
That's it. There's just a lot of things. There's not infinite stuff.
I feel like we could make a mod for No Man's Sky that makes you Mario.
And then that would be
And then nothing
infinite.
else changes about the game.
Well, you can't even see yourself in that game. It's first person.
Somebody has already probably done it.
Just believe us that you're Mario. It's like the Mario mod. And it just shows nothing. Nothing has changed.
Huh, why is this mod only 1 kilobyte?
It's like, oh.
All I know about Mario Odyssey is there's like stars or planets you can go to. I don't know how many it is. I don't know a lot of other detail beyond the 10 minutes of gameplay that I've watched on it and what I've read about it. So
Yeah, I think there's like 14-ish kingdoms.
There's 14.
I think so. There's a lot of levels.
We didn't even learn anything about it when we went to E3. And they had the giant floor.
That's true. All we knew is that there was a Grand Theft Auto part to Mario Odyssey, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And once the free hats were given away, we lost interest.
That's true.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Oh, real quick. Also, it was 2.5 hours to play the game to get the hat. Just saying. And that was pretty unreasonable.
Oh, you're talking about E3?
I'm talking about E3.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not worth it.
Yeah. They gave a lot of Mario Odyssey hats away.
Was it a good quality hat or was it like a cheap?
It looked like a legit, I don't know, like costume hat.
Costume hat. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So.
It was a giveaway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a giveaway. Still, I wanted that hat.
Yeah.
Well, I think
My $900 hat. I wanted it.
I think a lot of people. I think you could buy it, right? On eBay, if someone's selling it for like a ridiculous.
Just the E3 hat. Just the E3 hat.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's possible. Cappy.
I was thinking that I would just make my own.
Yeah, that would be even better. That would be cheaper too, most likely, and more cost efficient than spending 2.5 hours to play the game to get the hat.
Well, depends on your skill set.
Yeah. That's true.
your hat-making abilities.
I guess that's true, unless you're a knitter. So, that being said,
Where is new?
I don't know. I don't know where he is right now.
It's probably. I saw him with Deb.
Let's go kidnap him.
You can go kidnap him. You're
Yes.
Batman. That's your specialty.
It's the job I was born to do.
Kidnap people? I don't know if that's
I'm the
right.
hero you deserve.
Did you see that video I sent you where he's like running around Toronto? I was like, my parents are dead. Did you watch it?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, I sent it to you.
I
Earlier.
know, I didn't check
Okay,
my email
okay.
because it's the mark of a great worker. Is to not check your
Yeah.
email.
If you haven't seen it, there's a video of this guy dressed up as Batman running around Toronto, and he's just screaming a bunch of things like, where are they? Where are the drugs? And then he's like, my parents are dead. And he's like yelling it towards the end of the video. He's like trying to open a Slim Jim. He's like, I'm the world's greatest detective and I can't solve this. He's like trying to open it. And he's like, damn it, my parents are dead. Like, I don't know. He's still trying to open it. He's like, yelling at it. And he like throws the Slim Jim away. And he's running around. And then everyone's like, oh, Batman, let's take a picture with you. And he's like,
I've never
oh, my
seen
parents
that
are
before.
dead. And they're like trying to go up to him. They're trying to hug him. And then he's just like, oh, yeah. Like, he's like, my parents are dead. They're like, oh, Batman, it's okay. I was like, okay.
I haven't seen this before.
Yeah. It's, oh, God.
I have to check it out.
I think it's called Batman's Night Out or something.
Batman's Night Out.
Yeah.
That sounds like a... You see, that already sounds like a TV show waiting to happen.
Batman goes
Yeah, it's
to
called
the
Gotham.
movies.
Just
No,
kidding. It's not about a Batman.
That's not it.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
talking about Real Housewives, like, style, going out and partying Batman.
20 roses.
20
one
ro-
Batman.
20 roses.
40 lucky ladies.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Wait a minute.
It works.
Okay.
Don't judge it.
Bat chiller. Right? Yeah, Mario Odyssey got released. And this Friday, Call of Duty World War II will be released. So I have a friend who's actually going to buy it day one, but I'm not the biggest Call of Duty fan. So I can't really say that I'm waiting for this to come out. The last one I bought was Advanced Warfare on PS4, and I was not pleased by
What year
that game.
was that? There's a lot of Call of Duty games.
Oh yeah, no, there's one every year.
Which one is
I think
that?
that was 2 years
The
ago.
one 2 years ago?
Let me
I, for
see.
one, am actually looking forward to this game coming out, and I'll tell you why. Gather in, everyone. One of my favorite things to do is to buy Call of Duty games, or obtain them free somehow, and leave them in the wrapping, where I then present them to numerous Call of Duty fans that then offer something in trade for the game, and then I refuse, saying, this is how I get pleasure, by taunting you with a game I'll never open that you want to play.
Is this just posted off of Craigslist? Like how?
Yeah, I know. Is
I'm
this
just
some,
like, I'm just like, what is this process?
is this some like 4chan green text or something?
Like, is it the random / random? B channel.
What do you really do this? Or are you joking?
Or are you being Batman right
Yeah.
now? I can't tell if this is.
What is more entertaining to the audience? Do I really do it?
I don't know.
I've done it once.
What system did you buy it on?
Xbox 360.
That makes sense.
Modern Warfare.
That is the
2.
best Xbox.
I feel like most people play Call of Duty on Xbox. Maybe PC, I don't know. But most people I know play it on
No.
Xbox.
I think yeah, that one's mostly on Xbox.
Yeah, makes sense.
No, the master god race of PC is a limited few. 128 gigabytes of RAM.
I saw that video. And then another guy comes out of nowhere.
Bow to me, peasants.
It's like a bigger PC. Yeah, shout out to Oni NG wherever you are, dude.
Yes. So good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Call of Duty's coming out. I'm not gonna buy it day one. I'll wait till it's $5 4 years later, or whatever price it is. I mean, to be honest, the only reason they're going back in time with Call of Duty is because Battlefield 1 did really well, since it was set in the World War 1. It was set in World War 1, and so the Call of Duty decided they want to go back to their roots. And I personally enjoyed the very first Call of Duty game because I played it on PC extensively. But yeah, after the last one I really, really enjoyed was actually Call of Duty 2, which was also on. I played on PC and it was really, really good. And I own it and I still play it to this day, depending on if I want to play like an actual Call of Duty game as opposed to
When they go to space and random shit.
Infinite Warfare. That's man, that was like it was the least selling. Well, I wouldn't say it's the least selling. because it came with a remaster of Call of Duty for Modern Warfare. So that's the only reason why people bought it, was to get the remake of remaster of Modern Warfare. But most people didn't really enjoy Infinite Warfare because, again, like you said, it was set in space. And once you go to space, where can you go from there?
Halo.
Well, Halo's not Call of Duty.
Yes, but they want their sweet, sweet Halo fans.
Yeah, that's true. They're trying to compete against Halo at the time that it came out.
And then Halo was reversing into Call of Duty territory.
That's right. They started doing
So they
ADS.
switched. They did the switcheroo.
Halo started doing ADS, aim down sights, where they instead in Halo, normally when you zoom, you just your camera zooms in a little bit. But now in Halo, I think Halo 6 is the most recent one. You can go aim down sights where the gun goes in front of you, just like Call of Duty. I'm like, man, these esports people are trying to make this a real thing right now. It's crazy.
Is there an extensive single player campaign on Call of Duty, or is it really just all about multiplayer?
I'm sorry, what's single player?
For World War II, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a cinematic Saving Private Ryan kind of storyline that's happening. Okay. I think Josh Duhamel is one of the characters in it.
Really?
Yeah.
That guy?
Yeah, the guy from Transformers. That's the only thing I know him from.
Yeah, he the guy with Tyrese.
Yeah. Tyrese is captain. Or whatever, colonel, whatever.
That's how I know him too.
Yeah, so he's going to be in that game.
Do they have his face?
Yeah. They track his face. They motion capture everything.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, job well done. What company made this? I forget.
Call of Duty?
No, yeah, because there's 3 different developers that do it cyclical, and they do it one every. So yeah, one develops all, one releases it, and so on and so forth. Oh, Sledgehammer. Yeah, Sledgehammer's the 3rd company to make it alongside Treyarch and the original Infinity Ward. It's just weird how. I understand that Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty are some of those franchises that come out every year, although Assassin's Creed stopped doing that.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed had to stop doing that. It was getting...
What a bummer.
Yeah, I actually never played an Assassin's Creed game before, so I can't really say that I like the series.
I can't... I played one of them, and one of them was... I really liked it a lot. It was 2 or 3, I don't remember.
That's the best one according to everyone.
I don't even remember which one I played anymore.
I played the first 4. And I don't think I finished the 4th one. What started happening was they were iterating them out so quickly that the game wasn't changing or becoming interesting anymore other than the storyline they're trying to teach. While simultaneously trying to haul you into this completionist attitude where you had to just collect things for hours.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah,
none of it was particularly challenging. It was just tedious and unnecessary. The first game I felt was really excellent because it was something really brand new. The second game kind of built on that and delivered some new stuff. And then 3, it's just kind of started becoming more of the same stuff with a story that was behind it.
Yeah.
And then just kind of reiterated that out. And so, especially when they started rapidly iterating them, just lost interest in.
Makes sense.
I haven't played them in a while, though, so they might have changed colors easily without me being able to notice that.
Yeah, I was about to say, who makes Assassin's Creed?
Ubisoft.
And Ubisoft, no, it's Bethesda, I think, has been getting heat lately, I've noticed. Because they've come out with a few games just recently, like this month.
Skyrim, and Skyrim?
Yeah, like Skyrim and Skyrim, which are exactly the same game with new graphics engines. No, I know they came out with Wolfenstein, the new Wolfenstein.
Yeah, that came out recently as well.
And at least on Steam, I haven't purchased it yet, but on
Same.
Steam it has mixed reviews at best. And I'm not sure why. People could be there's a mix of hypercritical people possibly. But it sounds like a lot of reviews are pointing towards bugs. There's a lot of bugs in the game, and they're frustrated that they've spent $60 for something that it feels incomplete. And even Stick of Truth, or not Stick of Truth, to the Fractured Butthole, the South Park game that just came out, has very similar reviews.
Does it really have mixed reviews?
Mm-hmm. Very mixed reviews. There's some people that like the game for what it is, and then there's other people that are very angry that it's basically just a another version of Stick of Truth with a new story. They wanted something drastically different, and they felt like $60 was too much money to pay for a clone. Essentially, at least in some of their words.
Yeah.
Not everybody feels this way.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I actually enjoyed the game so far, but I haven't played a hell of a lot of it.
Yeah, I like it so far too. I haven't gone that much into it. I see elements though that are different between the Stick of Truth and what is it? The Fractured Butthole. Because the Stick of Truth focuses on Mage, Lord of the Rings, South Park, like season 7, season 8, that type of thing. And then this one is focused on like the stuff that happened in, I think I have these seasons wrong, but basically 11 through 14 when they have the Coon super and friends, superheroes.
The Avengers type thing going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the storyline is different.
Yeah.
But I think the gameplay is very similar. Super similar. Very similar things. The combat system has been changed a little bit, but for some of these reviews I was reading anyway, it's not necessarily my opinion or everybody that's listening's opinion, but for some of these reviews that I read, the combat system change was not enough for them. It needed to be a larger step forward. But I can talk to it as a developer. When you have a system that works, and it works well, you have a hard time finding reasons to change it. And to that point, I feel like some of these developers out there receive feedback from their patrons, and they try to implement it, and some of it is just trying to change things that don't need to be changed for the sake of changing it, and then it's not as good as it was.
Yeah. Is that why you think games like Assassin's Creed have flatlined?
I think games like Assassin's Creed have flatlined because they found their optimal audience of making as much money as possible.
That's fair. Yeah.
That's just good business practice, honestly.
That makes a lot of sense.
Well, a lot of developers believe don't fix what's broken. You know, like if it's good and it sells money, then don't fix it and just keep selling it.
That's
Call
true.
of Duty, Assassin's Creed, Halo, even
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. There are subtle changes they make in every game to make you believe that the game is different, aside from the storyline, of course. But for the most part, the game is going to be the same. It'll feel the same when you play a Halo game and you sit there, even if it's like Halo Online, or if it's like on the PC, I mean, or if it's just Halo on 360 or whatever Xbox, then it'll feel like Halo because it's meant to make you feel like you're playing Halo as opposed to playing something else. And that's what they want you to believe. And while I don't agree with a lot of it, I can see why they're doing it, because they are, at the end of the day, developers are business and they have to sell something to make money. If they don't make money, then what's the point, you know? Yeah. And they know that the diehard fans are still going to buy it. Just like Apple, they're going to sell a phone or a computer or an iPod or whatever to make a profit. And they're going to put all these features into it and make it sound bombastic and great. And at the end of the day, you're going to look at it and be like, oh, wow, it has all this. I want to buy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it. Yeah, no, totally. And going back to your point about Wolfenstein real quick, I was actually really looking forward to this game because I actually played the first one, The New Order, and I loved it. I thought it was one of the best single-player experiences I've ever had since Half-Life. Like, it was on that level.
Really?
It was a really good game.
It was awesome, yeah. Like, the choices you made in the very beginning of the game affected your outcome later on.
Yeah, so to your point, I don't want to dissuade you from the game at all. Because to be honest with you, the reviews I was reading were specific to Steam, so that means it's specific to the PC market.
Yeah.
And a lot of them had to do with malfunctioning of the game on their computer.
Gotcha.
So for like buggy things crashing the game,
it
could be different because a lot of like, especially Bethesda has a huge demand to be cross-platform applicable with their games at the same time upon release. And unfortunately, the size of these games are becoming so enormously scoped that it becomes near impossible with the timelines that they're trying to achieve to really polish things down. And so what they do is they release the game so that people are still happy and the people who can play it will remain happy. And then, unfortunately, the people who have issues will have issues until they're able to fix it for them. But they will actively try to fix it most of the time, at least, I've experienced.
Yeah. So, to your point, are you going to get the new Colossus?
I think I will.
Same here. Yeah.
I was actually looking forward to it. It's one of the things we did see a lot about at E3. They had a lot of advertising for it, and that could be why people are disappointed as well, because it was hyped up.
Yeah, no, I felt the hype. Like, I wanted to buy this game, and I still do.
The hype's been happening since the summer, especially last month when they changed their marketing campaign for Wolfenstein. So
yeah, no, outside of the reviews, honestly, like Brandon said, just the Steam review, I don't really care for it. I'm probably gonna buy it on PS4. Let's be honest.
By the way, I'm looking this up. So, so the Steam reviews are mixed, but overall, it's like scoring a 9 out of 10, 88%. It should be a good game to play on console.
Yeah, and that's why I thought it was important to show at least the Steam reviews that I read where the people were angry when it was mixed.
It
wasn't because the game was bad; it was because they were unable to play it a lot of times, so people were just angry.
And you know how like a lot of Steam reviews too, it's just like.
Jaded.
I got banned from Grand Theft Auto Online. I'm like,
for saying hi or trying to hit your ride.
That's not my problem.
Yeah.
Don't play Grand Theft Auto Online.
Yeah. All right, we have another guest who joined us.
What's up?
Really get in there.
Oh yeah. Han from 415, sometimes dark side, if you will.
By the way, this is Melissa, friend
of the podcast,
as well as Brandon, except she's also part of the ABG club, so
ABG represent. Holla, if you love tinted windows, come on down to the 415. I have some folks who'd love to ride with you.
Give me your Honda.
Also, $300 paint jobs.
Give me those dragon stickers.
Just any dragon decal, and I am yours. If you are looking for someone, put a dragon decal, wear a muscle tee. Even if you don't got no muscles, it's time to get yoked for the winter.
We have another friend of the podcast who just joined.
Nintendo Switch owner.
Oh, yes, I am. I have one.
Hi,
Nintendo
Ruby.
Switch.
Hey, Ruby. Hi. Okay, so you're here. Do you have Mario Odyssey?
No, not yet.
Okay. No, not yet. So you're planning to buy it?
Well, yes. Not me, my partner. I haven't finished Zelda, the Breath of the Wild, so I probably need another half year to finish that.
A half year? Yeah. I think Ryan gave up halfway and he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna get Zelda. I'm gonna get Mario because he couldn't finish Zelda.
Wait, who? Ryan?
Yeah.
No, he found all the 120 shrines.
Yeah, but he didn't get all the other stuff, like the 900 whatever.
It's impossible to get 900
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Someone did that.
Was he trying 100%? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, at one point, and then Mario Odyssey came out. He's like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna get Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
But we just found out a game that's called Overcooked. Last week.
That game is awesome.
Have you played it?
Yeah, I have.
I think that would be awesome to play with coworkers.
Yeah, but everyone's gonna be yelling at each other like, slice, cut the tomato, cut the lettuce, give me the lettuce.
When I played it in my friend's house, and we were 4 people playing together, and we'd never played that before.
Yeah.
And the game owner, he played that before, and he was having the best time watching us fighting each other. We were
I bet, yeah.
all yelling at each other. So at some point, I just stand up and say, okay, now, listen to me. You have to do this standing there, and you have to do this standing, and I'm like distributing work and see if that works better. It does work out a little bit better, but at the end, we're still screaming and yelling to each other.
That's awesome. That's how video games should be.
Really?
Everyone's screaming and yelling
at each other.
That's how Mario Party is. This is how Mario Party is now. Like when I was younger, Mario Party was like everyone's like, oh yeah, let's play. Like you're yelling at each other, right?
Yeah.
But then now that I'm older, everyone gets drunk and we're yelling at each other. They're like, what the fuck did you do that? It's the best. Why are you giving that face, Melissa?
Oh, nothing.
Oh,
This
okay.
reminds me of a game we used to play in college, only for the 21 and over crowd in America. But
specifically America.
Not curious.
Yeah, where you play Mario Kart, and every time you finish a lap, you have to chug a beer.
Whoa!
Chug a beer?
Sometimes it was the wine, and that got you real messed up for Rainbow Road, which is why I hate Rainbow Road today.
Oh, damn!
Wow. But yeah, we could play that one day. So you have to finish the lap. So you can't start the next lap until you've chugged your beer.
Dude, I'm so down to play that.
I know, right?
That sounds so cool.
Okay,
wow.
Just because we were talking about these 2 games, I feel like a Mario series, you can have so much fun at a party, But like, if you did Call of Duty multiplayer, that's just not fun because everyone's just more quiet and you're just kind of keeping to yourself.
And you're focused.
Are they for more serious game players?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. There's a lot of fanboys in Call of Duty, and they get really angry at a lot of stuff if you offend the game or if they don't win.
Yeah.
Mostly the latter, if they don't win.
They have a fandom.
Yeah. Call of Duty fanboys. They buy each iteration every year because Call of Duty comes out every year.
Are you a fanboy?
No, I'm not.
Are you a fanboy?
No. First of all, I'm a girl.
What is a fan? Is a fan girl?
No. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
Well,
it could be.
No, I actually I don't play first person shooters, so I mean I played Call of Duty before at a party, but I'm not good at it, and it's not my choice game.
Yeah. I played Call of Duty with a guy who was in the military, and he was like 10 times better than me, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna play this game anymore. So I stopped playing that game because an actual military guy beat me in that game.
Oh my god.
A game about playing in the military. I was like,
yeah.
You feel like you died for real.
Yeah, I feel like I got shot and stabbed in real life.
Dang.
That's crazy. But Mario Kart's for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, Mario Kart, yeah, it's so great.
Well, I mean, Call of Duty's for everyone. That doesn't stop 8-year-olds from playing the game.
Oh, baby, a triple.
Yeah.
There's a video of a kid like playing Call of Duty, and he gets like he kills 3 people at once, and he's like, "Oh, baby, a triple," in a very high voice, and you're like, "Oh man."
So young.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
Have you guys heard of the Foundry? Both of you guys?
I've been there once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because of Rachel Lagana. I think it was
Rachel Lagana invited
I
me.
joined the company that year, and when she has a birthday, she wanted to check that out, so she hired some colleagues together and went there.
Oh wow, yeah. I asked because there's Mario Kart there. They have the N64 one and the newest one, and it's
Great 64.
Yeah, it's so great. Like everyone's drinking beer, and you're just playing the game, and you're trying to like win at the same time.
That's like relive my childhood. I
exactly.
love N64 version.
I'm assuming the Foundry has this where you can bring your Switch, and there's just a corner of people playing Switch together.
I haven't seen that.
Maybe now.
I went 2-3 Fridays ago, and I didn't see that.
I'm actually surprised they don't have that.
You know what? I don't know why either. Like, they don't prohibit you from bringing your own stuff.
Yeah.
But there's enough stuff to do there that you don't need to bring your own thing, you know? And I think that's why people don't bring it.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the Foundry, Folsom Street Foundry, Showdown game nights, whatever. You guys are awesome.
The text they send?
Yeah, I actually subscribed to the text list because now I can get like $5 for like 3 people on Friday, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Were you two anything for Halloween?
I was a piece of pizza. And my sister made from scratch with felt. And my
That's
mother,
awesome!
Yeah. Actually, then I gave it to a coworker, Donovan. The pizza.
Hey, wow, we're going to coworker Donovan, and then he walks in. Hey, Donovan, friend of the show.
Check out his pizza. Turn around. Wow.
Ruby and Melissa, do you know who I am?
Brock.
Okay.
From the dragon.
No!
Brock?
How dare you?
Bruh.
Ruby.
Bruh.
Oh my god.
How to spell it? Maybe I know it in Chinese.
You know, you
No,
must
you
know.
Don't
my
nobody
God.
tell her.
Yeah,
Nobody tell her.
you guys know, obviously.
Anyways,
Don't
Donnie's back.
Hello, everyone.
And conveniently, he is wearing the pizza outfit right now.
I'm still wearing it.
Look at that craftsmanship. Look at that
Hey,
crafts.
turn around.
This is a really.
Look around.
It is made.
Look at this.
This
It's
is
a
really-
floating pizza. It looks so cool.
That looks like a real pizza.
Yeah.
How did I make my costume next year?
Yeah.
I think
I like it. It's simple. It's light.
People know what it is.
People know what it is.
I tell myself every year after Halloween and
That you'll
before
make
Halloween, I just feel lazy.
Make sure you can be pizza.
I have a feeling I'm definitely gonna get a lot of pies. Or I like a costume.
I thought
Yeah, I
about
love
dress
that.
up.
Are you gonna wear that to
like
Bart?
those,
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
definitely gonna get it.
Yeah.
Child of the forest.
Oh, that's kind of scary.
What? No. it's
I'm this
cute.
guy.
Raw.
Oh, I don't know his name in English.
What's in
Oh,
Chinese?
what is it?
In the translation in Chinese.
What does it mean? What does it mean in Japanese? By the way?
Brock's name in Japanese?
Yeah.
It's Takeshi. It's a very common name.
Takashi?
Wow, that's a really common name.
Do you guys know what Ash's name is in Japanese?
Ash?
Mm-hmm.
Like even our coworker Ash?
No. The Pokemon character.
Oh no, what is his name?
Satoshi.
Oh.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Does anyone know how 4Kids decided on the American names?
Was it 4Kids that did it over here? I don't think it was 4Kids.
It wasn't 4Kids who did
No.
the original Pokemon series?
It was. I know it's broadcast on Cartoon Network, but
And also Channel 13, Warner Brothers, WB.
Oh right. I think that's where I actually saw it first because WB. I don't think my parents had like a lot of cable TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm sorry, cable channels.
Yeah.
So WB was one of them.
Say that again?
What's Misty?
Misty is I should have known.
Do you want pizza right now?
Not really. I was like staring at my costume. I don't want anything with cheese right now. But I had stomach problems. I went to the bathroom right away. I was like, oh man, beer and cheese, all that stuff.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
The pizza from the cheese from the pizza or
No, just cheese in general. Because
there was cheese over there.
We had cheese over there and I ate
I
a lot. And then I had the runs. Just put it that way.
Wait,
So,
me too.
like-
Maybe there's something wrong with it. Just kidding, I didn't.
Okay.
But it could be contaminated cheese with people's fingers on them.
Damn. Which cheese did you eat? The brie or the cheddar?
Brie is always issue. Like I feel like Brie is a.
The brie was like the one with like the raspberry or whatever, the color, like the red color, and then it was white.
No, I had a little bit of that. But I had most of the other one. The cheddar.
Oh, yeah. Is cheese a dietetic or not?
Diuretic?
Dietetic.
What's a dietetic?
Makes you poop. Like coffee.
think
For
so.
lactose people.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you might be
Are you
lactose.
No, because I could eat milk. Oh, yeah.
Drink milk.
Your body
milk,
might
I could eat
change.
ice cream,
Eat milk.
eat dairy, whatever.
When you get old,
Yeah.
that's what happens.
Oh.
Your body changed.
Aren't you? Oh.
Maybe my body.
Wait, do you feel that way? You guys are the same age. Do you feel that way?
Oh, what? I'm the same age as you?
Oh, really?
I'm so old now.
Can you tell now? Can you tell? Like I'm trying to.
You guys are
grow
only
my
2 years
facial-
older than us.
I'm just trying to grow my facial.
Lisa, we're in
features
for
now,
a ride.
We call it young. At my 20s, my early 20s.
Yeah. So your question was, do I feel also lactose? I am.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys. No wonder.
You know, it just happened when I turned the ripe old age of late 20s, and I could no
Oh, yeah.
longer hold my liquor, keep my quick metabolism, hold down cheese. And,
Yes, I'm the same way. I'm the same
Oh
How,
my
how
God.
can we
Huh?
how can we link that back to video game?
Looks like a video game with cheese in it. There has to be some random
Stuart Little, the
indie
video game. I don't know.
I was about to say that.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
The video game.
By the way, that's a really cute movie. I love that movie.
Did you watch the
It's
sequel?
really adorable.
It's just buying pizzas. This is my costume.
There
Yeah.
you go. Like I was just hanging
You
off
talk
of you.
about indie games.
Huh?
You talk about indie games.
Anything video game related.
Anything video game.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
also talk about indie games if you have anything to say.
I saw a game. I forgot its name. I'm terrible at names. But I saw a game in the EMP museum in Seattle.
What museum?
EMP? The
I know what you're talking about.
you know that museum.
Mm-hmm.
I think they changed their name. But
Yeah.
there was an indie game exhibition,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a game. It's Japanese.
Okay.
And it's like 8 buttons or 16 buttons that will change color, and you'll make. Basically, you're trying to hit the button to make the character on the screen do the task from waking up and then taking taking shower,
Yeah.
and keep moving along to the work,
Oh.
exercise, and you
Yeah.
have to keep. I can't describe it well, but it's super fun.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll
I'll
have to
send
check
you
it
a
out.
link.
I just thought you all should know what I found. So, I was curious, does cheese and video games relate? And the answer is yes.
Ooh.
It does. Is your
Clutch right
mind
there.
blown? Wait for it. So according to this EnglishStackExchange.com, which I don't know where that comes from.
Stack Exchange,
I
really?
don't know. Origins of the gaming term cheese strategy. So,
Whoa.
yeah. In a gaming scene, the word cheese is used to describe strategies or ways of playing that are really powerful and do not require much skill from the player side at the same time. The term is widely used both in video games and tabletop games alike. It is extremely subjective. There are no strict definitions of what it is to cheese, what it is not, but that's beside the point. So, a little fun fact for y'all.
Wow,
cheese
cool.
and...
I'm going to start using that.
Yeah,
term.
you should.
Melissa dropping the knowledge.
But I'm surprised it was on Stack Exchange. Like, what? Why is this here?
It's also on UrbanDictionary.com.
Oh, okay.
It's like when I read K-pop articles on Bloomberg, I'm like, why?
Did you just say K-pop articles on Bloomberg?
Yeah, I'm like, why?
That's random.
Everything's random now. Or when I read video game articles on, not GQ. Whatever. But yeah.
Like Forbes?
Yeah, on Forbes. There we go. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, there's gamers at Forbes, and I always imagine
Yeah,
Forbes.
I've seen a few gaming articles on Forbes, and it's weird.
Yeah, because it's usually a business-centric website or just news outlet. I'm like, why are you guys covering video games of the least amount of things?
I know.
But I guess they're trying to hit all markets, which makes sense. I bought Mafia 3 over the weekend. I went this past weekend. I went back to my hometown and I went to a retro video game shop / record shop. It's like 80% records. No, not 80%. I'd say 70% records, and the rest is all like retro video games. They literally have every single console you can buy there. And I didn't know this was in my hometown until a year ago. And I bought Mafia 3 on PS4. I've been trying to play that, but I'll update more later. That's all.
What was the shop called again?
Retroactive.
Retroactive.
It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Old Town Sassoon. Shout out to Sassoon City. If you're ever over there, go there and check out Retroactive. The guy behind the counter, he's really nice. He's trying to chat me up. He's like this. I think he's Filipino or he's Asian or something.
Yeah.
But he had that like Asian boy emo hair. Sorry if I'm offending you, dude, if you're listening. but he was really nice. He's like, oh yeah, I was gonna play this game. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm buying it. And he's like, no, it's all good. I'm like, okay.
That was so random.
Yeah, I know. But then everything, I almost bought an N64 controller because it was only like $24. But
I have another cheese.
Go ahead. Lay down the knowledge.
I'm just, on
lay
this
down the knowledge.
little cheese fetish here. So there is a game called, I guess, Skyrim. The Elder Scrolls vs. Skyrim.
Elisa's playing it.
I love how. Okay, so just some context. I love how you say. So there's this game.
Skyrim.
Called Skyrim.
Elisa owns this game and she's actually playing it right now.
What is the proper pronunciation?
It's called Skyrim, and that's actually one of the most popular video games currently. Of the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Wow. It's on Switch, Ruby.
Oh my god. Because of the endless possibilities.
Endless possibilities.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting.
So cheese.
Yeah. Have you played it where you turn a dragon into cheese?
No.
Wow.
I guess there's a possibility where the game's dragons, like you can turn them either into. Oh, am I spoiling? I'm so sorry for you out there.
No, you're not spoiling.
But
it's probably a random
it's
side
endless
quest.
Possibilities.
Endless possibilities.
Yeah, you can turn
world.
These dragons to a cascade of cheese wheels so large it will push your PCs to its limits.
Whoa, that's cool.
I know, blow your mind.
Did you hear about the mod where you can make all the dragons Thomas the Tank Engine?
Yes, it's in the same little.
No way,
article
that's
that
so cool. I
reading.
keep talking about that mod. I don't even own the game.
Oh my god,
This is wow.
Is this a weird coinky
This is a weird.
No.
Not a coinky dink. This is just the hell.
Yeah.
Then again, there's a mod for everything. So
Well, on another note, I knew a guy, or not knew a guy. I heard of a guy who duplicated one item in Oblivion, which is the game before Skyrim.
Yeah.
And he duplicated it so much in the game that his game started to like lag, so he couldn't go to that area in the world anymore because if he went there, it would start lagging, and that's how he knew he was nearby. But it was like this little like shitty little orb, and he kept duplicating it because he wanted to sell it for money. But finally, in the game, and so then it came to the point where he couldn't go to that area at all, so he couldn't finish the game or something. I was like, damn, dude, that sucks because he couldn't even go over there.
that's so random.
Yeah, the things people do for fake money in
The things people do for fake money.
Yeah.
You found the.
Are we all just
You don't have to
looking
whisper.
up cheese and video games now?
You
Tenya
can't get
Wanya
away from
Teens.
it. How can?
Oh, that's
there's
cute.
endless possibilities.
That's cute. I like that game. Tenya
What's
Wanya
it?
Teens.
Does that have cheese in it too? No.
It's the indie game she was talking about when she went to Seattle, right?
Yes.
Oh,
I
so what
see.
museum
Yeah.
is this, by the way?
This is what?
You said this is a museum, or
It's a museum in Seattle. It's about rock music. I think it's more
Yeah.
about Jimi Hendrix, but they have an exhibition.
what?
For indie video games.
What?
Yeah. A lot of places are like that here. Oh, we're not here, but in the US, I would say.
It's so interesting because it's kind of cute in the first screen, and the second screen has a math problem in the background. But some little boy...
Shout out to math.
I know, right? Some little boy who's also urinating right by the math problem.
Is it Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes?
I don't know, but
Thanks for describing the visual.
it's a very unusual game. It's cute, and it has a little parrot.
Oh, and I saw another game that's called Lovers in the Dangerous Space-Time.
I know that one.
And it came out on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, that's right.
And I
That's
bought
right.
it immediately.
Are you gonna get? Oh, you have it?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
It's so fun. I bought it on Steam.
Oh, nice. I didn't even know you had Steam. Damn, look at you.
I only have 2 games on Steam.
It's fine.
The other one's a game that's made out of stop motion papers.
Hey, Jeremy, I have a question. We're talking about game stores. What's your favorite game store when you were a kid?
Oh man, okay. So there's one in my hometown called Software Etc. And it was in the mall. And this is right before it got bought out and it became GameStop.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Did you guys heard of that name, Funko Land?
Yeah, I have.
Did that get bought up by GameStop too?
Yes, it did.
Dang, GameStop is buying everything.
Yeah.
You guys, so you're familiar with Funko Land, huh?
Yeah.
Store.
I've been to it
cheap
once.
games there.
Yeah. But then it got bought out and they franchised it.
Yes.
And, oh well, yeah.
What was the other one you called?
Software Etc.
Software,
So they
etc.
sold like games and other
so
stuff
cool.
basically.
That's so cool.
That
Yeah.
makes me sad, the era of independent electronic and video game stores.
There's a place in the East Coast or Midwest where you can go and you can try anything you want in the store before you buy it, which is awesome.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. By the way, we're going to say goodbye to a friend of the podcast,
Bye.
Melissa. Brennan actually already left the room.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ruby's leaving too.
Oh, we're leaving.
So,
Make room for the big cheese pizza here.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
we've been going on for like 45 minutes now. Maybe we can end it.
oh,
Yeah.
I wanted to say my game store too.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Sorry. Bye, ladies. Sorry, Lisa.
Oh, it's all good. I had this store at this mall called Media Play, and it was the best store ever.
Media Play.
It's called Media Play.
Donovan, you can sit over there, by the way. Because then we can pick up your voice easier.
okay.
That's why. Not to push you out of the way. Sorry. You might want to turn
What's up?
you might want to turn the mic too.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, this costume is like
No.
hard to move around with it.
Yeah, that's all good.
Knocking things over.
That's all good.
But yeah, I had this store called Media Play, and it was video games, electronics, like TV, DVDs, movie DVDs, as well as CDs when CDs were really popular. And this was where you bought your CD. And they also
music,
had,
right?
Yeah.
CD music, yeah.
And they also had a section of just manga, and it was
Oh, that's so
man,
cool.
that's so
it was
awesome.
one of the.
Where was this at?
This was at Great Mall.
Oh wow.
So it's kind of like some Amoeba Music sells books like manga, but they also sell video games too.
Yeah,
So like kind of like that, I guess.
yeah,
Because Amoeba Music is obviously just mostly music.
yeah. This was one of the coolest stores I've ever been to when I was growing up, and then it closed down, and now it's a Bed Bath and Beyond.
Oh no, they've downgraded.
Straight up, that store doesn't even have an electronic. That mall doesn't even have an electronic store anymore, except for GameStop.
It's
and
crazy,
I'm like,
I
you don't
know.
even have movie. You know,
Yeah.
where's your like Best Buy looking store?
They
So-
franchise it.
Yeah.
I judge them all by how good their electronic store is.
Media Play was awesome.
No, yeah, dude, I totally get it. Were they bought out by GameStop?
No, they just got shut down completely. Yeah. It was a wonderful store though. I love that store so much.
I know. I wish they did something to save the game like industry, like the cells, but they can't. It's just they need to be bought out.
Yeah, that's how it is, man. Because
Man, it sucks,
most people
man.
want to buy their games online now,
Oh
like
yeah,
direct
yeah.
download or just through Amazon. So there's no need to go to a physical store for a lot of people.
Because Funko Land was the best. You
Oh,
can
yeah,
find
no,
like
dude.
old games. I'm like, damn, you
Yeah,
still
dude,
have it.
pre-owned shit is the best. Like, especially going to, like I
You
said,
can trade the games. And, like,
Yeah.
you can still pick it up. Like,
no, totally, dude.
and then the thing is, you know it's in good condition because they're only gonna get like if it still works.
Yeah, it'll say like play
yeah.
tested, you know.
Yes.
So the store I went to this past weekend, Retroactive, it was really cool because they had like literally every game from every console there. They even had like an Atari just sitting there for like $89 for an Atari. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And like you said, like all the stuff that like play tested,
Yeah.
they're showing that it works. They're showing that it's plugged in. I thought that was really cool because not a lot of places do that anymore. Like I like buying online because I think it's cheaper, but there's something about physically going to a store, seeing it there, buying it at the counter and picking it up and then playing it that day, as opposed to waiting like 2 or 3 days until you get it. So that's why I like a lot of retro video game stores. And although I'm trying to go more digital with PS4 games, I feel like picking up physical is a lot better because it's cheaper. That's just my preference.
Is it really cheaper? Like, because I would
pre-used.
That's
pre-owned. Sorry,
I got you. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah. Cool. So we had 5 guests come in.
I think
5 guests, yeah. So that was fun. Very unique podcast. Alyssa, how do you feel?
Yeah.
End of an era.
This is the end of an era. This is the end of an era recording in a conference room.
So this doesn't mean that the podcast is over. We're going to go back to our other format where we talk to each other on Discord. And again, you can join our Discord by going to triangle-c.blog, joining up and hanging out with us and playing some games with us. But yeah, again, this isn't the end of the podcast. We're just doing the other format. Maybe we might see each other again, physical form, for another in-person podcast. But
there'll be a few times where we're gonna be meeting each other for an in-person podcast.
Yes, so that's not the end of that. It's just it'll be harder for it to do it from now on. But yeah, so,
basically, this is the last time. This is the second to last day of us being coworkers.
Yeah. So
I know.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to the 27th episode of Downtime Podcast.
Donnie, Brandon, do you have anything to say before we go home on Halloween? It's Halloween.
We love you. We love you. Good night.
Yeah. Get home safe. Get home safe.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't drive and drink.
Only accept candy from strangers if you're going to their house. But if it's from a van...
Go with the group, okay?
Go with a group.
Go with a big brother or a big sister.
Go with a group to go to Vans, and then
don't even go to Vans.
Sometimes the best candy comes from Vans.
Yes.